Dealing with an accident and injury claim can be overwhelming. Let Phillips Law Firm fight for you. We understand the pain and suffering, and we're here to guide you through. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today for a free case review or visit justiceforyou.com and let Phillips Law Firm help you on the road to recovery.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the Podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the Podcast and Odyssey Podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's an American Airlines pilot that is going viral. You can see the video on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. Why is this American Airlines pilot going viral? Well, it's basically him talking to passengers about flight etiquette.
Okay.
Now, this is the pilot. You know, you get the stuff that the flight attendants always say.
When the pilot talks, typically I listen. You know what I mean? Like, what are they going to say?
Yeah, you figure like, okay, this is the guy driving the bus. Let's see what's going on.
I owe it to him.
Yeah.
He has my life in his hands.
It's always got, well, how are you? He's got that kind of voice. I love that guy. It's always that same, how over the left side, you're going to see, you know, I never know what the hell he's talking about. I think there's probably a mountain.
During the interview, if they don't talk like that, they get fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the speech that this viral going American Airlines pilot made.
Remember, the flight attendants are primarily here for your safety. After that, they're here to make the flight more enjoyable. They're going to take care of you guys, but you will listen to what they have to say because they represent my will in the cockpit or in the cabin. People should treat people the way you want to be treated, but I have to say it every single flight because people don't. They're selfish and rude. Don't lean on other people. Don't fall asleep on other people. Don't pass out on other people or drool on them unless you've talked about it. And they have a weather-resistant jacket. Middle seaters, I know it stinks to be in the middle. Raise your hands. All right, nobody's listening. Fine. You own both armrests. That is my gift to you. Welcome on board our flight.
Who owns both armrests?
The middle seat person.
Oh, yeah.
He said, hey, everyone in the middle seat, raise your hand. And he's like, oh, no one raised their hand, I think. So he's like, no one's listening to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
I feel targeted, though, with the whole drooling on people.
Yeah.
I just do that, man.
Oh, yeah. And falling asleep. Luckily, you get a window, so you fall asleep that way.
Yes. Although, I think he needs to also address the flight attendants because I feel like they need to be reminded also that every time that they're, you know, dealing with a new set of passengers that maybe people are asking questions that maybe they've heard a billion times, but they're asking it because they're genuinely concerned. Some flight attendants are just complete and utter douches, if you ask me.
Oh, what happened? It sounds like something happened to you.
Oh, I just witnessed it, man. Nothing to me because I'm a perfect passenger.
Oh.
But I watch other people and they ask questions, and sometimes these flight attendants look so annoyed that someone asked a question.
Oh, wow.
Have you guys never experienced? Oh, you're first class Johnny over here. I forget.
First class Johnny. We don't have flight attendants. We have butlers. So that's why we never get into that trouble.
Aha. Has anyone not noticed that? Sometimes they just seem so annoyed that they even have to do their job.
No.
Yeah, well, I'm
by myself.
Yeah, I will say this, and it is maybe because I'm first class or at least economy class, Johnny. I'm really at the front of the plane. So is this happening back? Is this happening in the back of the plane?
In the back of the plane. Sometimes I'll just ask a simple question, just like, "Sir, you need to blah 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 blah," and I'm like, "Gosh, you could just say yes or no. You don't have to go all passive aggressive or even just like almost like reprimanding the guy.
Yeah,
he's just asking a question.
Yeah, definitely. I have seen that they get more angry at somebody who is rude or just, you know, not paying attention, and then they might pass that along to somebody else. Like they're coming all the way from the front to the back, and they probably dealt with a couple of douches, and then take it out on somebody who might not be a douche at all.
Right, which it's not their fault. They're just asking a simple question.
Yeah, it's a simple question.
And granted, most of them are fine, but it's like every once in a while I'm on a plane and I'm like, man,
yeah,
you're real fun to be around. You know?
So you can tell that they're just not. They're not holding back anymore. Some of them, for the most part, I don't have bad read, but I do know some that you have said that I'm like, oh wow, I don't want to cross this person.
Oh, they've hit like their breaking point. They're just like, I'm going to punch you in the face if you hit your little button up there again.
Yeah, and I guess you could give them stuff. I still haven't given a flight attendant anything.
Oh, that's right. Danny doesn't experience it because he gives them gift cards.
One time.
I heard, but that worked out well, didn't it?
It did. They were very nice to me the entire flight, and then they gave me like 17 chocolates, and I was like, I don't like chocolate though. Got anything else back there? Gummy worms? What's happening?
Booze.
Yeah, booze. Yeah.
Are you bringing gift cards tonight? Aren't you getting on a plane tonight?
I am getting on a plane tonight. However, I'm already in first class, so no, I'm not.
First class Johnny and first class Sal.
How'd you get to first class?
I got upgraded.
You got up. This is a big flight. This is a long flight. You're taking a night flight, aren't you?
No, we get there. Well, I mean, we leave here like at 5, so I guess like it's not
still.
super
That's.
late.
It's not too late. I feel like there'd be a lot of people taking that plane.
The best part about it is that I got upgraded, but Joey D's did not get upgraded. So Joey's back in the economy class. Well, I'm going to be living it up in first class.
If you were a true friend, I mean, he is taller than you. You would give him that seat.
Ooh, no.
I can't blame Danny. I've traveled with Joey D's back in regular class, back in the cabin. I'm like, no, I'm not giving this seat up.
So I know exactly what Steve's talking about. They listen to your question with a look on their face like they're picturing stabbing you in the neck with a fork.
Wow, what are you guys flying?
Serial killer air.
I wish I knew the question, though. I really, really I'm wondering what kind of question it was, because I sit there and I go, I'm not sure any kind of question I could ever ask a flight attendant. And so I wonder if they're just like, why are you asking me a stupid question, sir? Sit in your seat and buckle up. What else do you need to know? I sit there.
You'd be a terrible flight attendant.
Yeah, you get on the plane.
You should handle people with grace and kindness, like the captain tells us passengers to be nice and kind.
Yeah,
but doesn't say anything about the evil serial killer flight attendants that he has on staff.
I think the captain's kind of douchey, to be honest with you.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yeah. Like you will follow my will. How about you just not be drunk and fly the plane? That's what I'd like for you. Okay, you know what? That's all I need to hear out of you, Jimmy, is that you're sober. You know what? Let me see you blow into something so that I know that you're not going to crash the plane with your drunken dumbass.
Do you want him to blow into it in the cockpit?
I think that's the best place to do it, Joe.
Okay, fair. Yeah, well, yeah, that's where he's going to fly the plane.
Oh, and by the way, please send my butler over here. I'm first class, sir.
First class Johnny over here.
That's what it is right there. Oh man, that's classic. Hey, do you know what the official sport of Washington State is? Okay. I know you're like, well, it's got to be football. I mean, the Huskies, come on, the Cougs. No, it's not baseball either. It's not soccer. Sorry, Steve, by the way. It's not hockey either.
It is to me.
Well, Steve's going to tell you what it is, even though he's scratched out and put hockey. Erase that. It's not hockey. He'll tell you all about it at the Migs Report, 617 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Call State Farm agent Sierra Belleville in Bellingham today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
If you're hearing an informative newscast right now, well, then you must not be listening to BJ and Migs. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys, and thanks to Palace Law for giving us the Migs Report today. It's a day to give a shout out to our friend Brett from Be Jolly. It's National CBD Day.
Oh.
I mean, his CBD lotion, some of the best ever.
That's true.
Damn straight. Also today, National Zucchini Day.
Oh, we learned about what? What were the kinds of... Oh, no, that was eggplant.
That was eggplant, BJ.
Damn it, you're right. Sorry,
I guess you could swap one out for the other if you want.
Well, it's a party. Let's do it.
Well, it is, because it's also National Sneak Some Zucchini on Your Neighbor's Porch Day.
It's the same day as National Zucchini Day?
Yeah, so if you have a zucchini, you should sneak it on your neighbor's porch. I don't know if that's a euphemism.
Yeah, that could be.
And I would be very confused. Unless it's a zucchini bread. I'd be very confused if a neighbor tried to sneak some zucchini on my porch.
I haven't had a good zucchini bread in a long time.
Unless you have a cat and you're trying to do the viral video thing with the cucumber and the zucchinis with cats where they freak out over them.
I have not seen that.
Oh, I haven't seen that at all.
I think they think they're snakes or whatever, but if you sneak up a zucchini or cucumber behind your cat, it usually freaks out when it sees it.
Oh, I actually might want to see that video.
Also, today is a day to celebrate the official sport of Washington State. I don't know if you know this. And now Danny knows it because I already sent them a piece of audio that will give
I'm going to take a wild guess.
Okay.
Just because I see it all the time. I see a lot of crewing going on, a lot of rowing.
A lot of rowing. You know, that's a very good guess. And you're very wrong.
Ah, dang it.
Yes.
All
it's
right.
the fastest growing sport in the entire country. And it's the official sport here in Washington State.
Oh, no way.
What do you think it is now?
You want me to take? Do I get a second guess?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm going to say pickleball.
Pickleball, you are correct, sir.
What?
Happy National Pickleball Day today.
When did it become the national sport of Washington State? They're like, is that a recent thing?
I know. I think it's been going on forever, but now all of a sudden it's become like the latest trend. It was a bunch of, I think it was like over 65 years ago, there were 3 dads on Bainbridge Island that decided to create this sport. It's a combination of tennis, ping pong, and badminton. I don't know if you've ever played it.
I've seen it played. I've never played it, but I've seen people play it all the time.
Oh, it's huge these days. I mean, people have their own Hell, my buddy Munson, I went to his house for a barbecue over the weekend. He has a giant piece of dirt just cut out of his backyard. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I'm building a pickleball court.
Oh.
I was like, that's insane. So that's what people are doing these days. Well, anyways, yeah, it's basically like you're playing tennis, but with a wiffle ball and with like these giant paddles that are almost like ping pong paddles.
Yeah.
And people love it. I've never played it. Anyone here play pickleball?
I've never
Apparently
played
it's a
it
great
either.
workout.
Yeah.
Not since elementary school, but apparently it has been the official state sport since last year. It was signed into law.
Oh, so since last year. But I mean, it started here, though, which I thought was kind of cool on Bainbridge Island.
Oh, okay. So it's just last year. So did we even have an official state sport? And if we did, who got effed?
And does every state have an official state sport, or is this just some strange thing that people decided to create here?
Yeah, I might go with that one.
You know, it's funny that you brought up boats and crew and all that. Apparently, that's where the name came from. He said that it reminded him when they were playing the game. Somehow, it reminded him of a pickle boat in crew, where the oarsmen were chosen from the leftovers of other boats. And I guess because the game is like a bunch of leftovers of other sports put together.
Oh, wow. Okay, that he's giving this a lot of thought.
Well, a lot of people were like, that's very confusing. So then they started going with this story, which is, I guess, kind of a make-em-up story. But apparently one of the guys who created pickleball stated that their dog came along and would always steal the ball, and the dog's name is Pickles.
That's a better story.
And apparently they do have a dog named Pickles, but it happened after the game was created. So.
See how humans are?
I know.
I mean, so we know the origin story, but we've changed the origin story because it's much better.
They said it would be easier for people to relate to the dog rather than a pickle boat.
Yeah, so this is the problem. How many stories have we been told over the years, but people just thought, yeah, it's much easier to remember. Just tell them this one, even though it's not what happened.
A dog named Pickles took the ball. It's called pickleball now.
That's why I don't trust history.
I don't know if you ever saw this Instagram post. It was pretty funny that somebody put together, and being that today is National Pickleball Day, let's play it, where a guy pretends to be a pickleball instructor.
I'm a pickleball instructor. To be honest with you, I have no idea why this sport exploded. These people have no idea how much of a scam this is. See, what you're doing wrong is you're donking your dinks. When you're dinking, you can't be donking. This isn't even a real sport. It was invented for the elderly to improve their blood circulation. Now every 30-something with no stamina and bad knees is hitting me up to learn how to play. These people are too unathletic for tennis and too poor for golf. This is their only option. I'm hopping on this trend now, because God knows it's not going to be around long, okay? In 2 years from now, everyone's going to be obsessed with badminton.
I don't know. I feel like this is going to be around for a little bit there, buddy.
This guy is...
I love him.
I mean, he's probably not wrong.
All of Washington State feels targeted right now.
Wow. Bad stamina and bad knees. And that's why young people are doing it, because they're out of shape, basically.
For people too broke to play golf.
Yeah. Well, there is something to be said about that, too.
Somebody said our HOA spent our fees on a pickleball court in Yelm. I love it secretly.
Yeah, people are digging it. I mean, they
we
really
should start
are.
our own pickleball team.
Well, I didn't realize
the deafening silence answered that question.
The deafening silences.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any stamina. So like,
well, apparently you don't need it for pickleball.
Oh, he did say that, didn't
Yeah.
he? And my knees aren't great either. So you know what? Maybe I'm perfect for this. Maybe this is my sport.
What if this is what you do now? You just show up to random courts and you start and you use a wiffle ball, so it's kind of like baseball.
I guess I'm willing to try it once, but the problem is, when you haven't done anything for a long time, and then you do it, and your body's just wrecked.
Oh, it's the next day where you're sore everywhere.
Yeah, Jesus, do I really want that in my life?
I remember that happened to me when I haven't bowled in forever. I remember we did one for one of the charity events that we were doing, and I went bowling for the first time in years. And the next day, like, my entire body was sore. I'm like, I just bowled. Like, I should not be this sore from bowling.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of baseball today, the Mariners back at home. Let's hope the winning ways continue against the San Diego Padres. Mariners on a 5-game winning streak. The Mariners the Padres on a 2-game losing streak, and hopefully they continue to lose. BJ, the Mariners are 60-52, 3 games back from that wild card spot. Looking good for the Mariners for the rest of the season.
Yeah, this is a series that they really have to beat the Padres twice in a row because they're placing their
2 games, right?
Yeah, because they got to play the Orioles.
Plus, we got to keep the winning every series streak going. Is it 5 straight series that they've won?
Oh, you're right. So they'd have to win both games.
Right. You can't split on this crap.
It's like a mini series or whatever. This is weird.
You brought up the Orioles, and obviously the Orioles are the other hottest team in baseball, the Mariners and Orioles. Have you been listening and paying attention to what's going on with one of their announcers?
No. What's happening with Baltimore Skies?
So they got a guy by the name of Kevin Brown who was suspended for basically doing his job a few weeks ago, back before they went on this massive run. But he was just doing like a pregame report talking about what's happening with them against the Tampa Rays.
Okay.
And saying how the Baltimore Orioles have a tough time beating the Tampa Rays, right?
Yeah.
Well, apparently somebody in management didn't like that he was speaking poorly of the team, and they suspended him. I'm going to play you the audio because honestly,
wow.
I'm not the only one that thinks this. Like the entire, all the announcers in Major League Baseball are losing their ass about this. And now here's Kevin Brown. This is what he said that led to him being suspended by the Baltimore Orioles.
It's been a minute. The Orioles split a 2-gamer with the Rays in June. They had lost their last 15 series here at Tropicana Field. You have to go back to when our now colleague Brad Brock picked up the win in the series finale June 25th, 2017. The last time the Orioles won a series here at St. Pete. Already got 3-2 at the Trop this year after winning 3 of 18 the previous 3 years combined. It is a stark difference, Ben, and it is not a bad Rays team. It's not like all of a sudden the Rays became slouches in the American League East. They've led this division every day, but now 2, and the Orioles once again are back alone in first place.
That's what he got suspended for?
This was information that was also in their press notes that the PR team puts out, and they also even had graphics up on the screen with all this information too. So it's not like as if he just went rogue.
Plus, he gave it a positive spin. If you listen to that,
it wasn't bad.
He basically said it's a stark difference because of how it's because the Orioles are really, really good as opposed to what they have been in the last. They've been a bad team for a long time.
Right. And apparently this happened many, many years ago with another announcer that they had. I mean, decades ago, John Miller, who apparently was let go by the team because they felt that he wasn't being favorable enough towards the team back when they weren't all that great either.
Wow. See, I have heard about this with some teams that you've got to walk on eggshells when you talk about the team, or like radio stations that have the broadcast or whatever. Yeah. I've heard about that with some teams that the owners get really ticked off, and if you don't do it, they'll pull the rights from a radio station. I mean, So this is not surprising to me that there's an ownership group that's this much of a douche.
But at least he could have been like, "Oh, the Orioles suck. I hate this team. It pains me to even be here." Like, he didn't even say anything bad.
You know why? And I'll tell you why.
Because they don't suck, actually.
Well, here's why.
Okay.
It highlights how bad of a product they were before now, and that, of course, the ownership group has to sit there and answer why. Why is it we keep putting crap on the field all these years for Baltimore fans?
I even have some audio of somebody. I've never seen this before, where then other announcers during the games that they were doing play-by-play were addressing the situation.
Oh, I've never heard of that either.
This is incredible. So Gary Cohen, who's like the play-by-play guy for the New York Mets, he went off on it, and here he is talking about it during the game.
Kevin, during his opening, talked about how the Orioles had trouble winning in the past at Tropicana Field, but that they were doing better this year. That was really all he said. And for that, the Baltimore Orioles management decided to suspend Kevin Brown. Let me just say one thing to Baltimore Orioles management. If you don't want Kevin Brown, there are 29 other teams who do. It's a horrendous decision by the Orioles. I don't know what they were thinking. but they've gotten exactly the reaction that they deserve.
Wow, that's amazing. That other announcers are like, blank you, Baltimore.
Here's White Sox broadcaster Jason Benetti also taking a shot at Baltimore and cracking a joke about what happened.
They're done with the Orioles for the year, the team in first place in the AL East, but they actually played Baltimore pretty well. They were 6-7 against the Orioles this year, so they lost 7 times, but they did beat Baltimore 6 times, which I hope I don't get suspended by the Orioles for saying that.
And then your guys from, was it Nesson? Dave O'Brien and Kevin Youkilis, they also mentioned it during the game as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
okay.
They are talking about it.
That's a fiasco that's allowed to happen. And I think every announcer in the league feels the same way. Every broadcaster in your position and in mine, you thought that was an absolute joke. I thought it was a joke initially when I read it.
Yeah. Well, I thought he said something really bad.
No, he did not.
Everyone's just dumbfounded by this because everyone heard the audio and it wasn't all that bad.
And Dave was the guy I got to go sit in with the booth. When I got to go do that when the Sox were. He's a great guy,
and he tried to get you suspended for it.
He did, and rightly so.
Fan.
Rightly so. I really should have been suspended.
Unreal, dude. I couldn't believe that when I said, he got suspended. What did he say? You think it's gonna be something juicy? And I'm like, that got him suspended?
Yeah, dude. That's man. Oh man, that's just ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. And he was actually saying something positive. That's how stupid Baltimore management is. He was saying something positive, like the Rays didn't get bad, we got really good. That's basically what he said in that whole thing.
And they even brought up a good point. One of the guys was like, you have a team that's actually one of the hottest teams in baseball, but they look like a laughing stock because of how they handled this Kevin Brown situation.
Yeah, Orioles management has been called into question by a lot of people for a long time. Because the team has been so bad and they have not really given them a fair chance to win in a division that's really, really hard to win in. And they got criticized because, look, you can't blame money. Look at what Tampa Bay does all the time. You're just idiots, and I think they just don't want to look like idiots and don't tell anybody about our past. Let's just talk about how great we are now and don't mention anything about the crappy teams we put on the field all those years ago.
Well, I don't think he's going to have a hard time finding a new place to be. If one texter said they actually fired him last night. I'm not sure if that's true. I haven't seen any of the stories online.
What?
But one texter said that, but I've just done a Google search.
Just for that?
It just says that he was suspended.
Oh, he would. You know what? There's such thing as wrongful termination. I sue their asses, man. There's nothing that, especially when the material was prepared for him by the statistician team.
Right. One of the announcers even brought up a good point. Like, if you're suspending him, don't you suspend everybody that gave that information to him?
Yes.
Yeah, it seems crazy.
Oh, God, Baltimore. See, this is what, you know what? You don't have to be super smart to own something. You don't. You really, really don't.
Hey, weather 78 degrees. Going to be sunny later on today as well. Thanks to Snoqualmie Casino for giving us the Migs report. And that's what's up.
Dang, dude.
Unreal. I've never seen so many announcers, and that was just a couple of them. But I feel like every announcer in Major League Baseball addressed that situation during the game.
Yeah, wow, that is this was news to me. I did not hear about this story until today.
Yeah,
that is a travesty.
It's nuts.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Wow. And again, if you just tuned in, we're talking about a Baltimore announcer that got suspended for just pointing out that the team had a hard time beating Tampa Bay in the past. And highlighting, well, now, though, they're actually doing well against Tampa Bay. But the Orioles didn't like the fact that he pointed out that they had a hard time beating Tampa Bay in the past and suspended him for saying that. And literally, that's all it was. He said nothing else but just, about the past record the Orioles had against Tampa Bay Rays because the Orioles sucked for so long. But he didn't even say it that way. He got suspended for that.
Oh, man, if I was an Orioles play-by-play guy, I'd be so nervous. I'd be like, and they strike out again. But I still love this team, and they're fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Orioles lose tonight, but they're winners in my heart.
Yeah.
Look, don't fire me.
Wow. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this. Well, I better be careful. If I say you got it wrong, am I suspended?
Yes.
Okay, yesterday, Steve did a great job. Not as usual but it was still good.
That sounds right.
How's that? Okay, yeah.
Much better.
Graffiti and fairy tale are two varieties of what produce?
Apples?
No.
Oranges?
No.
Cantaloupe?
No.
Yeah, we were just talking about that on National Zucchini Day. Eggplant, baby. That's what you should leave on people's doorsteps. Wait.
You get arrested for that if I do that.
You're probably right.
Ring cams now, BJ.
You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-803-ROCK. We're playing Pete Migs. We'll do that at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. What's the difference between filing for bankruptcy and credit counseling?
Credit counseling is a useful process in some circumstances, but it does show up on your credit. In fact, from a credit scoring standpoint, credit counseling shows up just like a bankruptcy, so it's going to affect your credit as negatively as filing bankruptcy. In credit counseling, the idea is that a credit counselor works with your creditors on your behalf to try to lower interest rates or work out payment plans with your creditors to pay back your debt over time. In credit counseling, you almost always pay back 100% of the debt, sometimes at lower interest. And of course, some creditors will participate in that process and some won't. So you're usually left with kind of a mixed result with credit counseling and, of course, a high payment.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? Are you struggling to recover fair compensation? Look no further. At Phillips Law Firm, the experienced personal injury attorneys will fight for your rights and get you the justice and compensation you deserve. They handle a wide range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, medical malpractice, and workplace injuries. Justice is a phone call away, so don't wait. Call today for a free case review. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the Podcast, an Odyssey podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. We've done it again, man. We've teamed up with Mary's Place doing Kicks for Kids because there are a lot of kids that they take care of because these are homeless kids and they're going to go back to school and they need new sneakers. That's where you, the Rockaholics, can help us out.
Oh, man, just a few bucks will help out because we're just trying to raise as much money as possible. And $20,000 is our goal to help put brand new shoes on kids in need. And that's like $50 will put a brand new pair of sneakers on a kid, $100 on a teenager. And the Rockaholics are stepping up, BJ. We're close to $4,000 raised. And hopefully we can crack $4,000 before today's over. But thanks to Rockaholics like David and Cindy Braun. They donated $69.69. Nice. Andy Learn donated $50, $100 anonymous donation. Thank you for doing that as well.
I'm going to take credit for that.
And shout out to David Williford, donated $231.69.
Nice.
Rockaholics, you are awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool. Every dollar counts. Really, literally, if that's all you have is $1, please, because if everybody like you that only had $1 said, okay, how awesome would that be to get us to our goal of $20,000? If you want to donate, head to KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Travis from Texas is. Travis, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Woo! What part of Texas are you living?
Tyler.
Tyler, Texas.
I have no idea where that is. We're going to Dallas tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So how close is Tyler?
About halfway between Dallas and the Louisiana border.
Okay.
How hot is it right now for you?
Yeah.
Right now, today, it's actually a little cooler. It's only 81 this morning. It got up to 105 yesterday.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Of course we're going, and it's like every day is 107 degrees, and I look at like the hour-by-hour breakdown, and it's like, oh, it dips down to around 90 at like 11what the hell are we doing? Why are we going?
Yeah.
I don't know. We're all going to melt, though.
I don't like this.
I don't either. All right, Steve, get out of here.
Go wearing a Speedo and nothing else.
Oh.
Okay, I'm definitely not going.
Can't wait for that.
Me neither.
For those playing at home, Travis has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Speedos and pickleball.
Woo! In tennis, a Grand Slam is when someone wins the U.S. Open, the French Open, the Australian Open, and what other tournament?
Pass.
Oh.
What is the name of the Greek goddess of love?
Venus.
No.
Athena.
No.
Pass.
What unit of measurement is abbreviated to OZ?
Ounces.
Yes. The sitcom Modern Family is set in what U.S. city?
Pass.
What is the name of the highest mountain in Africa?
Kilimanjaro.
Yes. What kind of bird is known as a symbol of peace?
Dove.
Yes. Who is credited with writing the Declaration of Independence?
Pass.
What are grits made out of?
Wheat.
No.
Right.
No.
Pass.
Which planet in our solar system is known for having a great red spot?
Jupiter.
Yes. The Lucky Charms mascot is what mythical creature?
Leprechaun.
Yes. In tennis, a Grand Slam is when someone wins the U.S. Open, French Open, Australian Open, and what other tournament?
Wimbledon.
Yes.
Oh, nice work. I was telepathically sending you that answer, Travis. Don't tell Steve.
And with that, you got 6 correct.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy he got Wimbledon. That's
Me
great.
too. And you passed when he was supposed to.
Yeah. Let's hope that's the difference maker with you know who.
I think it might be.
Yeah, as he comes in. I don't know if he knows that very well.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Steve, are you ready?
Yes.
In tennis, a Grand Slam is when someone wins the U.S. Open, the French Open, the Australian Open, and what other tournament?
Wimbledon.
Wow,
Okay,
yes.
whatever. Get out of here.
What is the
I was
name
hoping
of
that was the one that she didn't say, to be honest with you. I don't know any of the other ones.
What is the name of the Greek goddess of love?
Aphrodite.
Yes. What unit of measurement is abbreviated OZ?
Ounce.
Yes. The sitcom Modern Family is set in what U.S. city?
Chicago?
No.
New York?
No.
Boston.
No. What is the name of the highest mountain in Africa?
Mount Kilimanjaro?
Yes.
Wow.
What kind of bird is known as a symbol of peace?
Dove.
Yes. Who is credited with writing the Declaration of Independence?
Thomas Jefferson.
Yes. What are grits made out of?
Potatoes.
No.
No, sir. Grits. Beans.
No.
Rice.
No.
Damn it.
Which planet in our solar system is known for having a great red spot?
That would be Uranus.
No.
Saturn?
No.
Jupiter?
Yes.
Okay.
The Lucky Charms mascot is what mythical creature?
Lucky. Rabbit.
No.
Oh, you are surely not for kids, sir.
Whoa, you get 7 correct, though, so it doesn't matter. 7-6, you win.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, Travis, nice try, buddy.
That's so close.
All right.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
That's what it is right there. Boy,
I'm the best.
you shouldn't play a song after the rabbit. You really shouldn't. You really shouldn't play that.
Sometimes you have a bad pitch. You still win the game.
Do you know what it is, though?
What?
The Lucky Charms mascot?
I thought it was a rabbit.
No,
Mythical creature?
That's Trix. Trix is the rabbit. Lucky Charms.
Toucan.
That are magically delicious.
A pot of gold?
A leprechaun.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, man.
Wow.
That was
The look
painful.
of anger. Well, first of all, a toucan is a real thing. A rabbit is a real thing.
Birds aren't real, BJ. What are you talking about?
Oh, they aren't?
No, they're just drones.
Oh. Damn Skynet.
Does anyone know the sitcom Modern Family set in what city?
Is it Los Angeles?
Sure is.
Yeah.
Dang it, that was going to be my next guess.
Yeah, I thought you were going to do that after New York, but no. And grits are made out of anyone?
I would. Oh, go ahead,
Oh,
Vic.
corn.
Yep.
Corn.
Yeah, that's what I would have said.
Have you guys not seen the classic My Cousin Vinny?
Yes, but I don't remember that.
Oh, I love that part. It's like, what's a grit?
Oh, yeah. How many times have you watched that movie?
A lot in Spanish
There we go. That's why.
with my dad.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I remember just because I lived in Jacksonville, and oh man, I developed quite a love for grits down there.
I was going to ask you how you feel about grits.
Love grits.
Love grits.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had them.
You may have tried them when you were very little because you were young when you lived in Jacksonville, but they were there.
They kind of look like whatever to me.
Yeah,
they kind of look like oatmeal.
Yeah.
Kind of like one of those foods like you never really crave or want. It's just kind of there.
I remember being disappointed the first time I had grits because I remember it showed up and had like that little big, decent sized stick of like butter on it, so it's melting on it, which I'm like, ooh, I thought it was mashed potatoes.
Oh.
Until I took a bite out of it, I'm like, this is not mashed potatoes.
What is this?
But then the next time I had it, I was like, oh, these are actually pretty delicious.
Yeah, but yeah, if you're thinking you're going to get something else, I was at a big fancy golf tournament and I was hosting the event in Jacksonville, and I picked up horseradish thinking it was grits.
Oh,
that's awesome.
And I put a bunch on my plate, and now I know everybody's looking at me like, what is he doing? He's got like a gigantic pile, but I'm like, I can't wait to have some. It's like, and then I just look at everybody and go, these are not grits, are they? They said, no, and you're a Yankee, obviously, because you can't tell the difference.
That's the worst, especially.
Oh, dude.
That happened to Tatum recently when we went to a sushi place and we weren't paying attention for a half a second. She reached over and all of a sudden had that look on her face like something bad happened. We're like, what's going on? She goes, that's not guacamole. And it was because she just took a bite of wasabi.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And I felt awful, but I was like, oh, at least the sting goes away quick with wasabi. And it did. And then she thought it was hilarious. Like, she could not stop talking about how funny it was when she took a bite out of something and it wasn't guacamole.
Well, I'm glad that she's got a funny memory out of that.
Oh, dude, she wanted to tell Grandma and Grandpa all about it, and she laughs all about it. I wish I had video.
Oh, man. That is, yeah. That would be great video, having a kid thinking they're getting one thing and then just getting that shot of wasabi.
Because you know how when you have a little kid and all of a sudden they have that look on their face, like of pure pain, and you're like, what's going on? Like, you think, are you choking? What's happening? And all of a sudden, the first thing they can say is, that's not guacamole, and you realize instantly what she just did.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, boy.
You know what? I never thought about that, but yeah, if you're a kid, of course you go, oh, there's a little pile of guacamole.
Yes.
Makes sense.
She's not able to figure out, okay, at a sushi place, they don't have guacamole.
I don't know why she doesn't feel you failed her as a father.
I yelled at her for that. I'm like, you stupid idiot. Of course there's not guacamole at a sushi place.
Well, and they do have avocado rolls,
Yes.
so in theory, kind of guacamole.
Oh, look at this. Look at that.
That was her argument. I'm like, who raised you?
Yeah. Do you know? Come on, kid. Well, congratulations.
That's not guacamole.
Congratulations to Tatum. Getting the job done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Well, it's like the horseradish when you think, ever go like Snoqualmie, especially. I remember one time I saw it happen to one of my buddies when they had like a big plate of like horseradish and with their prime rib, and then they also had mashed potatoes, and they weren't paying attention, and they just scooped up what they thought was mashed potatoes, and it wasn't.
See, and that was the Tatum moment happened to me when I first went and tried sushi, and I didn't know I knew that it was spicy, but I just thought it was going to be like a slow burn like chili, so I just of course pasted it on my sushi, take a bite, and I lost sight for about 5 seconds, and everyone is just laughing at me like, we saw you doing that, but we wanted to see what was going to happen.
I always say it's like you see the inside of your own skull.
Yeah.
For a half a second.
Yeah.
It's the best burn. Because it goes away so fast, though.
It's quite a burn.
That and horseradish, which granted they're the same thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But I love that kind of burn because it's like, okay, it sucks for a half a second, but then you're good again.
Oh, yeah. I don't want that burn.
No, I don't either. And J-Rubs and I, we went to Snoqualmie recently, and he gets the horseradish with, I don't know, what was it, prime rib or something? Rib. But I'm not used to that. So I'm just looking at him eating it and then having that face, kind of being in pain. And I'm like, are you okay? And then he's like, oh, yeah, it's just the horseradish. And then he does it again and again. And I'm like,
my man.
Is this satisfying to
yes.
you? You look like you're having issues. He's like, oh, no. I'm like, I don't know if you can handle it. I don't know.
It's a good burn.
And then he keeps going back for more and more.
Yeah, see, there are people that love that good burn like Steve. I'm not. I don't want the good burn.
No, I don't either.
I'd much rather that than any kind of other spices that will sting for like an extended period of time.
Oh,
like Mexican food where sometimes you get like a spicy type of a salsa, whatever.
And even Tabasco sauce sometimes, right, Sarah?
Oh, yes. When I took that shot of Tabasco sauce,
that was a good time.
Did not go away from my mouth for like the entire day.
Plus, it also, like a lot of that kind of spice also bothers you on the other side. And I've never had that with wasabi. Wasabi's never bothered me on the other side.
No. No,
There's nothing worse when you're like, why am I on fire over here? I didn't do anything over here. I have led a life that hasn't really had that area have any issues. Why all of a sudden am I just on fire? And you go, oh, it's the damn stuff I put in my mouth. That ain't right.
I always thought people were just exaggerating with that until we did that hot wing challenge at Buffalo Wild Wings. And I remember like later on that night instantly thinking, oh, I get it now. This is not fun.
No, it's not. You're just like, this is... Whoa! And then you realize okay, there's a lot of nerve endings over there. I had no idea. and every one of them is screaming at me right now. Stop eating this stuff, you idiot. All right. Besides gastrointestinal problems, maybe you're having some other problems, maybe at work, perhaps some relationship issues, or any other random problem where you need advice. Well, we're here for you. Call us, text us now, 206-803-ROCK. We're doing Help Wanted at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Call State Farm agent Sierra Belleville in Bellingham today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Is your relationship going sideways?
Have a family issue? Problems with your coworker?
Do you need advice? We're here to help. No problem is too dumb. No dilemma is too silly. This is Help Wanted with BJ and Migs.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. All right, what's Help Wanted? For years, we've been getting phone calls, texts, and messages from Rockaholics wanting our advice on whatever problems they are having. So if you've got a relationship issue, a problem at work, or anything else, it does not matter how dumb you think it is. We are here for you. Call us or text us now, 206-803-ROCK. It is Help Wanted.
I think we should bring your daughter in for this one because it involves the service industry.
What kind of service we're talking about? My daughter
waiters,
is always
waitresses, restaurants. What kind of service industry?
I don't know. I'm
talking
trying to say. She's above board, this kid. Let's not cast aspersions.
I wasn't, but isn't that what it's called? The service industry?
It is actually called that.
Yeah, it's not. I'm into like the sex worker industry.
Well, you're right. We're trying to change that though in the sex worker industry. As you know, I'm in the business.
Oh, are you the leader of the union?
Well, here's the thing. I've been working to get sex for pretty much my entire life, so I consider myself a sex worker. I've been very unsuccessful, by the way, but thank you. Whatever.
All right.
It'll happen for me someday.
Yeah, I mean, it happened at least twice, we think.
Well, we're getting DNA tests, so the kid's done. We're going to find that out in a hurry.
Are we still, Jewish now?
Well, I don't know what you are, but yes, I'm 50% Jewish. I think. By the way, my DNA test does not change your DNA, Steve. You're still what you always were. Yeah, you're always what you were.
That's like that old Mitch Hedberg joke where it's like, I got an STD test or whatever. He says, he asks any of his friends, do you have whatever? He goes, oh, okay, none of my friends have it, so therefore I don't have it either. I think.
So you're saying that's the same thing with ethnicity. Yes. Now that I'm 50% Jewish, that has to at least give you 25%.
That's what I would have figured.
That's how it works in DNA, yes.
My apologies for my ignorance.
No, listen, we know that about.
All right, let's talk about this one texter that came in this morning. Said, my fiance has been a bartender at this nice restaurant for a few years. I went in the other day to surprise her, and I noticed she wasn't wearing her engagement ring. Oh. I asked her about this the other day, and she said she noticed that she gets tipped better when she's not wearing it. I told her we don't need that extra money, but she insists it's not a big deal. I'm feeling weird about it, so I was wondering how you guys would feel if you were in my position.
Wow. Okay.
I feel very weird because then I'm hanging out with your wife or fiance.
Yeah,
that seems to be many issues with that.
Yeah, and also don't forget, if I was in your position, she would be 25% Jewish by just being around me. So all of this, I mean, the ramifications of us being in your position would be really
that's really unfair to ask us that question.
Yes. Jealousy is a beating, man.
Yeah, it is.
Jealousy is a beating. It's something that happens to all of us humans. I would want to ask this texter, have you ever been cheated on in your life?
That's a good question.
Because I feel like folks that have had this happen to them are so, they're just so sensitive to any possibility of that. It's a sucky way to live. And I know because I've been that guy.
All I could think of, if someone said, okay, that's great that we don't need the extra money. But in my head, I'm like, well, I'm stuck doing this job. And if I could get more money, what's wrong with that? So I could spend it on more fun stuff. Like, I have expensive habits and traits that I like to buy things.
Oh,
like,
do you?
I have jerseys that I need to buy and goalie gear. And
yeah, that's a good point.
Like, yeah, sure, we don't need the money, but extra money's never a bad thing.
And I would ask this guy, are you independently wealthy? Are you ready to retire? Because that's a dumb thing to say. We don't need the extra money. If you're not ready to retire right now, then outside of Steve just going, I'm going to buy jerseys, you could also put the money away and save it for when you're 65 or older. So, yes, you do need the extra money. Don't be an idiot unless you're independently wealthy. And at that point, why is your wife working at all at that point? Why are you working at all?
I think it's more about he doesn't like the thought of possibly someone buying a drink from his fiance thinking that she's single.
Yeah, and look, here's the bottom line. Sex sells, baby. And I'll ask Vicky,
That's
ask
why I don't
Sarah.
wear my wedding ring on the air.
Okay, man, boy, have you noticed? You're getting hit on a lot in this building.
Yeah, selling it, man.
It's very inappropriate.
Mostly from Danny.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like we're always in the urinal next to each other.
Oh, and dude, I
For a
tell you
reason.
something. Have you noticed you've been getting hit on more now that you're 25% more Jewish? I mean,
It's insane,
Yeah, I mean, the women are all over you.
It's like an aphrodisiac. I go in the elevator, I gotta just
Oh, I know. I've been there, and I've just
I gotta fart to keep these ladies away.
Well, you know what? And let me tell you, it works.
What the hell's happening?
Yeah, it works. There's a lot. There's a lot of tips and tricks in the trade to get more tips. Like, they have done a lot of TikTok videos where women would go in wearing pigtails to their waitressing gig, and they made a crap ton more money. Because it's all about, selling this image. And side note, why would you want to wear any kind of expensive piece of jewelry when you're putting your hand in like Sandy buckets and bleach and lime juice where it could get corroded and stuff? Like, I would not wear my engagement ring at a waitressing job where it could get ruined.
That's a very good point.
So.
Interesting, because I mean, now I'm married, and I personally love wearing mine because I love to show it off.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Look at my bling.
Exactly. And it's like, oh, I'm engaged. I'm taken. This is exciting. Or I'm married. You know what I mean? But it's fascinating that you guys just would immediately think this guy's crazy, because I'm like, okay, well, if it's causing a rift in their relationship, then it obviously is kind of worth a discussion. Because I'm trying to think, if J-Rubs would have a problem if I was waitressing now, if I didn't wear my ring, and he's such a cool guy, I don't think he would. But if roles were reversed and he was bartending,
You would have a problem.
and he didn't wear his wedding ring,
Oh, I was not expecting this.
I would feel some type of way about it.
What if you knew, if the strategy was he could get more in tips, like double his tips, if he just didn't wear his ring? It's not like he's cheating, and even if he's being slightly flirtatious, but you know that it's all to get tips, you still wouldn't like that.
No.
Okay. I mean, that is fair. Everybody gets to have their deal breakers. I think it's dumb, but okay, it's fair.
Well, and I have been cheated on, so maybe that's where I'm feeling some type of way about it.
See, that's what it is.
Yeah, maybe my insecurities are coming to a front, but it's wild to me that you both think that the guy is in the wrong here and the girl shouldn't just wear it.
Oh yeah,
I just wouldn't care.
Oh yeah, but could he? So you said it deserves a discussion. What if he's like, look, this is what I'm doing. Like, it came to you beforehand and said, look, I'm not going to wear my wedding ring. Would you be more okay with it, or would you still have an issue with it?
I mean, I would be more okay with it because he explained it, but I immediately went to, okay, well then if I'm going out for the night with my girls, I'm not going to wear my wedding ring because guys can buy me free drinks up the ying if I'm not married.
Oh, see, this is why I am so happy.
That's the moment where I just take my head and slam it against the counter.
Poor
and go,
J-Rubs.
have a good night.
You
I'm going to
know-
concuss myself so I can forget this conversation.
I mean, unfortunately, I feel like some girls are kind of like me. They just don't want to admit it. They're just more secret about it.
You got a text that says, put the ring back on or let him return it, then you'll have the money. You're engaged. Act like it.
Woo!
This is the point where we all realize that Joey D's is the smartest one out of all
He really
of us.
is.
Not in a relationship.
Yeah.
No woman, no rings, no problem.
Exactly.
I get you can have a line. Everybody gets to have a deal, but I would say to my daughter, since you are my daughter, that's a therapy session waiting to happen. If you know that a person loves you And you also know that people will, it's just like, what about actors and actresses that they're sex symbols? You see them on the screen and you know that people are doing what they're doing maybe, or are you pissed off at that? Because I know some acting couples, was it Travis? Oh my God! Machine Gun Kelly. Didn't he get pissed off at somebody because of?
Oh yeah, like a sex scene with Megan Fox.
Yeah. He got pissed off. It's like and it's like, dude, she's an actor. You got to understand that.
Right.
But some people don't. It's like, well, what are you doing?
Well, okay. So then, is it weird for me if I would go to the club, right? Like I just said, and not wear my wedding ring? Not that I'm going to do anything.
Are
at
you
all.
an actor? Are you getting tips?
I would get free drinks.
Well, I mean, it is hard to argue if you're getting free drinks. I mean,
drinks are expensive
saving
nowadays.
money. I mean, that's the
I
only
feel
legitimate
like it's a
excuse
little
that
bit of apples and oranges. I mean, it's like, I'm sure if you sat on a guy's lap and just kind of like, shake your butt on it, you get a lot of free drinks, but that doesn't mean you should.
Did this escalate?
If
you sit in the guy's lap, Steve, and do that, you could get a lot of tips at the club. I mean, too.
Yeah, it's fair. I just think it's a harm that he's behind a counter, or he's serving drinks, or
But I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just talking to them how I would talk to them the same if I was a bartender.
Boy, this texter, guess what? We have been no help at all.
We are divided.
This is a tough one.
Here's what I would say, though. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Vicky.
What did she say?
Yeah, sounds about right.
I don't know what to do here. Is it better just to move on and not illustrate just what happened? You let me know.
I'm still fixated with Sarah and hanging out and flirting with guys to get free drinks.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what, Vicky? At least I heard what you said.
Thank you, BJ.
Yeah, no problem.
Wait, now I want to know because I don't know either. What did she say? What do you agree with her?
The two of you are horrible.
Do you know what Vicky said?
No idea.
Oh my God! The two of you are horrible.
Yeah.
What?
I don't think he heard what you just said.
Oh,
you know, I got a lot of things going on. I got texters.
I know.
I'm arguing with your daughter.
I know. I get it. Vicky is basically she's located.
We've all
right
been
next.
guilty of this.
Vicky,
We don't always listen.
Oh, I'm
no disrespect to Vicky. I honestly didn't know she spoke yet.
You know what? You know what's so sad? I have friends who are like Vicky who are a little quieter than the average, because Sarah and I, of course, are big mouths. Vicky's definitely quieter, and I have friends that are quieter, and honest to God, I've been in your shoes, Steve, where they go, I just said what you just agreed to, what that guy just said. I just said that 5 minutes ago, and I go, you did?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Oh, we've all done it.
I don't listen to the quiet ones. I only listen to big mouths. I really do. So but I really work hard to listen to the quiet people like Vicky. So I have now practiced to focus on when Vicky's talking, because normally I don't listen to her either. but I realize that's a bad thing for me to do.
Insert sad Hulk music here.
Yeah, sorry,
This is my life.
That's what happens when you're quiet. I would say, because I said this to my friend as well. I tell her, I go,
yell more, Vicky.
You got to yell more. But see, no, that's horrible. But see, I will tell you, that's a cultural thing. Even though, hey, by the way, texter, we can't help you.
Yeah, all right, she's probably having sex with somebody there.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
What?
At least wear the ring if you're having sex with someone else, okay?
Ring or no ring, if she's going to bang someone, she's going to bang them.
That's true.
I don't think the ring is going to stop her.
It won't stop me at the club either.
Oh my gosh, you're in the club.
Yeah,
I know.
It's so true.
Different, Sarah.
Harland.
I think it's important, though, for each partner to understand that there are people that, in their lives that have deal breakers, and then sometimes you might think they're completely unreasonable, but if you want to be with them, sometimes you're going to have to agree to somebody's unreasonable deal breaker. Both sides really have to sit down and go, is this a mountain I want to die on? And sometimes it is. Like with Sarah, right now you can tell this whole wedding ring, engagement ring thing, if J-Rubs doesn't wear it, she's not going to be happy.
Someone said Sarah doesn't seem to understand work versus leisure.
Yeah, again, it doesn't matter when your spouse is who they are.
Money is money. Free drinks are money.
I mean, and also Sarah's she's a very good arguer. You can't,
Like, here's the thing. If you're
are you
going
to be able to pay?
I'm
sorry.
I'm going to yell.
Vicky's
Okay.
yelling.
All right.
Vicky's talking.
I'm going to get up in this.
I can't hear. Something's making a noise. What is that?
All right. You're making money?
Give it
you
to
got to
her.
go to work to make your money. You want to save money? Don't go to the club. Stay home, bitch.
Wow. Whoa.
That way you don't have to take off your ring. You don't have to flirt with anybody. You can drink at home.
Well, Vicky
I just saved you money.
Vicky just got pissed at you, but she's really mad at Steve.
Yes, I am. I was just speaking loudly. I'm not
I
even
did nothing
mad.
wrong.
You don't even know what she just said.
Who?
What's my name?
Vicky, she called Sarah a bitch. I'm all in for this.
Okay, I mean, that was...
I heard that.
That really was the most important part of Vicky's statement.
Are you paying bills with the free drinks that you're getting?
No.
Oh, was that the argument? I was very confused. No, but I'm saving J-Rub's money by not spending his money at the club.
I'm saying don't go to the club.
Oh, my God.
He's going to work, which is what you have to do to be an adult, to pay your bills. You don't have to go to the club.
Danny's going to join.
Don't go to the club.
Danny's joining Joey in singlehood.
Yeah, I'm out.
Joey D's and Danny are like, that's it. It's over. Wait, now we know why marriage is horrible. We're not going to do it.
Does Johnny Rivers have to wear a hat at work that just says married? Just in case if they don't see him with the ring on because, he's working with his hands.
Yeah. Oh, he sure does. Yeah, he can't wear his real ring because I guess that's dangerous. His finger could, get torn off.
Oh.
But I got him
You should
those
be willing to get
rubber
electrocuted for it.
She got him you're wearing something on that finger, B.
So even though he works with a bunch of guys, he still needs to wear it at work?
You never know.
Guys could find J-Rub sexy. And
they do.
And that's still cheating. I know and some people don't think that, same is cheating. But
Or what if they ordered some food through DoorDash but accidentally ordered it from HorDash, and next thing you know, some girls just wanted to have sex with him.
I can't tell you.
That could be a possibility.
And it's a doable thing.
Now you know my latest argument. I don't care how hot you are. Where are my onion rings?
See, now we all are on board with wearing our wedding rings.
I'm done.
I have no idea. Well, I'm on board with onion rings. I'll tell you that.
Wedding rings, onion rings.
I'd wear an onion ring all the time.
See, now that to me is the ultimate, because then if you are in a compromising position, you could just eat your ring and be all filled up.
Somebody said, "Oh, she's definitely banging the cook." LOL, just kidding. I used to take my wedding ring off for better tips as well. My wife enjoyed the extra money.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, I think it just depends on the comfort level of the person. And what are you going to do? You married that person. You know their quirks. You know what they're about. And J-Rubs knows that Sarah's insane. I mean, he knew this. He knew this going in.
He did.
Yeah.
He had 6 years before he said I do. So
yeah, he did.
So I actually believe this woman. When I worked at a place where sales were needed, my manager got engaged. Her sales dropped, so she started not wearing her ring. Sales went right back up. Wow.
I'm 100% into that. Sex sells, and that's just a fact of life that will never change in humanity, even though we try to, but really, sex does sell. And the idea that a woman seems to be available, who's really friendly with you, in the back of your brain while I'm sitting there with my tuna melt, I know she does not give a damn about me at all. But boy, oh boy, when she makes me think that maybe, possibly, whatever, that the two of us could have a moment in life romantically, that's a wonderful thing. And when she's got a wedding ring on, it does change. My brain can't go to that fantasy even for 20 seconds with a tuna melt. So there you go.
And
the
tuna melt, is that a euphemism?
Well, you know what? Let's just say two things in life I like.
Okay.
And tuna melt's one of them.
Also, before we move on, can we see if Vicky, she's been really quiet this entire break. Can we see if she has anything to say?
Thank you.
Good. By the way, Vicky, a really good outdoor voice. I was really proud of you.
I'm channeling my inner Charlie Brown.
Good job.
It honestly scared me.
No, I remember that episode of Peanuts when Charlie Brown called Lucy a bitch. It was amazing.
He was fed up with her just moving the football every time.
Listen, bitch,
look.
hold that football down.
Or I'm kicking your head.
I got news for you with the football stuff. Lucy's lucky that's the only thing he called her, because my God, she tormented the hell out of him with that football.
Oh, good grief.
All right, so Metallica, Black Sabbath. Do you know that they are collaborating? All right, well, I mean, kind of. This is all thanks to artificial intelligence. Yes, Skynet.
Here we go.
You're going to hear what it sounds like at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another listener question. How do I rebuild my credit after filing bankruptcy?
You rebuild it, one creditor at a time by making your payments on time on your rent or your mortgage, by continuing to make car payments on a car that you keep during your case. You can also, as I said, you can almost always get a credit card almost immediately after filing bankruptcy. Sometimes it's a secured card, and it'll almost always have a really high interest rate on it. But you could get a small balance credit card and charge a tank of gas or a dinner once a month on that, and make the payment, pay it off every month, and that'll help you build a credit history one creditor at a time, and will help you rebuild your credit over time.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
How many carbs are in this cheeseburger? I think it's 15 grams for a slice of bread. How many carbs are in these fries? Take a break with the MiniMed 780G insulin pump system. You don't need to be exact with carb counts. Your best guess is good enough. Visit medtronicdiabetes.com/780G system to learn more. Systems for people with type 1 diabetes, ages 7 and over. Prescription required. Warning. Do not use SmartGuard feature for people who require less than 8 units or more than 250 units of insulin a day. See bit.ly/780G risks.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Okay, this whole thing is because of AI.
Yes.
Though I think a lot of folks would be stoked if it would be possible for Metallica and Black Sabbath to somehow have a collaboration. I think rock fans would go insane.
It's doable.
Yeah.
Members are still around.
They sure are.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to AI, it doesn't matter whether they want to do it or not. It's going to be done. And this YouTuber HBM actually has done it.
Dude, I heard some of this. It's going to blow your mind on how clear and how clean like the vocals are. Like they AI'd James Hetfield's vocals. The mix is crazy because the mix is like super high on vocals, super low on the music. But I think it illustrates that we are very close to having practically perfect impersonations of these artists.
Yeah, what we were just talking about this a month ago, and some of the stuff we were playing wasn't that good.
It's kind of glitchy. It sounded like almost like you were on a Skype call with someone when they go through a tunnel or something like that, where it gets a little bit robotic. Not anymore.
No, and so
smooth like butter.
I mean, what are we talking about in 6 months?
We won't need James Hetfield anymore.
We won't need us anymore. Let's be honest.
I know, it's kind of scary.
So here's what HBM, the YouTuber, did with AI to make Metallica's James Hetfield sing War Pigs by Black Sabbath.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses.
Wow.
Evil minds that plot destruction.
Damn.
Sorcerer of death's construction.
Wow.
In the fields of bodies burning, machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh, Lord, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, you better get a yeah in there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what are we doing?
Yeah, the mix is definitely not the greatest, but still, you could go into a studio, like a real studio with real people with that, and you could make that sound amazing.
If mixed better, it would remove a lot of like the little flaws. It would sound pretty damn good.
Wow.
Which I wish I had like that kind of time and patience, because like it'd be fun. I always talk to my buddies like, oh, let's do a little side project just for the hell of it. And we're like, oh, who do you want to have singing? I'm like, I just want like a James Hetfield type of a voice. You don't even have to worry about it anymore. I could sing it and then use the AI, whatever it is, the skill set, to be able to have James sing it then.
That's crazy, man.
Right?
So you could write songs. Whatever band you have, you could have James be your lead singer. You could have any lead singer you want be in your band.
That would be fun. Like, that's the part of AI that I think would be fun. Obviously, there's parts that kind of terrify me, but I mean, like the stoner randomness. Like, if you have a buddy who owns a studio, like, you could crank out some cool music and be like, man, none of us can sing. Oh, who's your favorite singer in rock music? Okay, let's get that guy. Let's find like the software to make it happen, and it would be fun.
Wow, dude. And it's
as long as
also,
you're honest about it. You're not like, oh, guys, you won't believe this. James Hetfield swung by my house and recorded some vocals. Like,
yeah. And I mean, how about the fact if you're a songwriter right? And a lot of times you have to, like, you're trying to convince people that they should buy your song.
Yeah.
Or do your song. That songwriter has the ability to go, okay, here's what James would sound like doing it, okay? You know, and you think of all the lead singers, you know, here's William Duvall, here's what he would sound like singing this song. All of the different, and then you could shop it around to all those folks. They would get to hear how cool the song would already sound before they even...
It's crazy.
Yeah, that would help them sell a song to a band if, you know, a band was the kind of band that didn't write their own music.
Or, and like, I don't know if Danny, you ever did this when you were like in a band. I remember when I was early in my 20s being in a band, and I'd have ideas for songs, or I'd have ideas for parts, but I would kind of like just stay quiet because it would require me to sing it, and I knew my singing skills were not there. But if I could go like at home and I'd take it and then like work it out on my own little production studio, like a home production studio, and then put vocals on there and be like, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. It would make way more sense than me attempting to sing it.
Yeah. Now, not everybody in the music industry is happy about this. And there are some people that deserve credit for actually predicting this. Ed Sheeran, in a recent interview, said,
you're going to give me credit for predicting all
No,
this.
you.
I've been talking about the robots taking over for years.
I feel like, I mean, I don't know if Ed's trying to take credit for the fact, because here he is talking about artificial intelligence. I think he's trying to take credit for the fact that he's been warning people about this for years.
What I don't understand about AI is, like, for the last 60 years, Hollywood movies have been telling you, don't do it. And now everyone's doing it. Have you not seen the movies where they kill us all? Also, like, I just don't know why you need it. If you're taking a job away from a human being, I think that's probably a bad thing. If everything is done by robots, everyone's going to be out of work. So I just find AI a bit weird.
He's right. I watched Terminator.
Yeah. And that really, I mean, that is the documentary for what we're talking about. It really, really is. It is the documentary for what we're talking about, that Skynet takes over. And so many TV shows and sci-fi shows have covered this, where the robots just are out of control, and then you go, what are we going to do?
And they get us, because they're like, it's going to be way more convenient if you just walk into a store and you boop, boop, boop on the screen. Next thing you know, here's your Happy Meal. As opposed to like going up to someone who's getting paid, and that's how they're paying their bills, and tell them, hey, instead of going boop, 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 I tell them what I want.
Yeah, here's my problem. You know how when they did movies or of a disgruntled employee, all of a sudden stuff shows up and it's really horrible, like penises show up in a Disney movie, or there's a flashing sign that says something really horrible on there. So what if humans leaving their job program the AI to be really mean and wreck the place as they walk out the door? And then all of a sudden even if AI doesn't want to hurt us, but a human could tell the AI to hurt us.
I feel like we're starting to realize that Ed Sheeran might be our leader. He might be our John Connor.
Yeah, he really is. He knows what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ed Sheeran did pause a show in Kansas City on Saturday. And he's, you know what, I think everyone realizes, follow the Taylor Swift model. I mean, whatever you're doing, be like Tay-Tay and just do cool things.
Oh, dude, it's insane how much like exposure and like love she's getting for what she did for like the crew people here. It came up a lot here in Seattle for those shows. Like she donated a bunch of money and gave a bunch of money to her crew, like massive amounts. And
did you hear the latest?
What's the latest?
I think I just read this. She also gave a ton of money to a Seattle food bank.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, you're right. I mean, she's so brilliant at everything that she does in performing, arriving, interacting with fans. I mean, she's perfection when it comes to being what she is. I mean,
still hasn't treated me to Trapper Sushi, which I keep asking her.
Well, her and
The Rock. One of them's going to take me to Trapper Sushi. It's their anniversary. The least they could do is take me to Trapper Sushi.
I feel like you're not the right demographic, which would be a person that really needs some love in their life.
I need all you can eat sushi.
I feel like she probably feels like you can probably get that on your own. You don't really need help. Don't make a Wish Foundation. I think just they get it. Rock is like, this jabroni doesn't need a new house. You know, he's not sleeping in a gym.
No, it's for a house. I'm just asking for a role.
Yeah. Well, I feel like again.
F them.
Yeah.
Screw them both.
Oh, wow. Okay. So Ed Sheeran, following in the footsteps of just, great stuff to do, at a show in KC, he surprised a couple of fans with a gender reveal for their upcoming baby. You can check out this video on the BJ and Migs site. And they handed him an envelope. And so I don't know if he knew this was all going to happen, but he just got the envelope. And sometimes I'm scared. You hand me an envelope, I don't know if I want to open that.
You think there's like anthrax in there?
Exactly. I don't know this. I mean, but that's me. But here's, unfortunately, I should say, fortunately, it wasn't anthrax.
It's a girl. Can I just say, as a father of two daughters, it's very awesome. It's very awesome. Congratulations.
At least no one's buildings are being set on fire or trees are being burnt to the ground. Like you see in some of these gender reveal things.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody out there is mad about this taken away from the concert.
Only me. I feel
paid good money not to be subjected to this stupidity.
I do not care about your kid. How about you play me my songs, Ed Sheeran?
Right.
That's what I care about. So congratulations to everyone involved.
Hey, can we give a quick shout out to Trapper and the boys over at Trapper Sushi? Since I jokingly said it, but it is their 19th anniversary.
They've been around for that long?
Well, originally it was, I think, called like Sushi Town. Like but Trapper's been owning it.
Sushi Town. Congratulations to Trappers, man.
Yeah. So all week they're doing all you can eat lunch for $19.99.
Of course. Why are we out of town?
I know, dude. Don't even get me started. Trapper.
Why would you tell me that? I'm with Danny on this. You're a very bad person.
What? There's still today.
There's still today?
There's still today. It happens every day this week.
I know. It's a packing day today. I mean,
I'll pack some sushi rolls in your belly.
There you go.
In my belly. Oh, well, congratulations, Trappers.
What
That's
a success story, though, for that dude. I love Trapper. He's a great guy. But, man, you go from having just a small little restaurant in Bonnie Lake to then building it out to a couple of places here, and then it continues to grow. And now it's like there's spots in Texas and, I think, Arizona that have...
Look at Trappers.
It's fully franchised, man.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, really, that's it. You gotta love some. Look, starting a small business and being successful is like almost impossible. So that's amazing. Almost 20 years. Go for it, buddy.
Oh, dude, it's amazing. Yeah, it's so great. And great guy, too.
I wonder if you put in a call that maybe we get that special next week because we missed it this week.
Oh, can he extend it to just one more day?
I know The Rock and Taylor Swift don't give you what you want, but I feel like Trapper might help you out.
Okay, so one more day. We want that $19.99 special. Just we're too cheap to spend the extra couple dollars to enjoy it.
Now you know me. All right. See, you know me. It's nice to be seen. A recent poll was done that asked people to name a TV show that they would like to erase from their memory, but not for bad reasons. It's so that they could watch it again. Oh, that's cool. Like a cool show that you could binge you don't even know anything about. Well, I'll tell you this kind of, what people wanted to have erased from their memory at 8:17 on their Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There was this recent online poll that asked folks, okay, and this is right up my alley, okay, because I love TV. I'm a heavy TV watcher. I'm not one of those, I forget, ambient TV watchers, which is a new term that they've called people. There are great shows. I read a great article about how a show called Emily in Paris is a new type of show designed to have people watch it and you don't have to pay attention to it.
Dude, I just saw some meme or someone that just said, hey, can someone recommend a television show that I could watch while playing on my cell phone? And I was like, that sums up my wife and I. Like, we will do that. That's what I love about Food Network shows, like Kids Baking Challenge and any of these home renovation things, because really you don't have to watch... you don't have to really be actively watching. It's on wrestling too. Like, it's on the background. If I miss something, I can hit rewind.
May I suggest Golden Girls? That is my new ambient watching show.
Oh, for us, it's the Lil Jon home renovation show.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Lil Jon is the rapper?
Yes.
Okay, that sounds phenomenal. The thing is, though, I equate it to us just being more complicated chihuahuas. We just need you just turn the radio on, have something on in the background so we feel like at ease that somebody else is there with you.
And that's my guess. That's an old school thing. I remember stand-up comedians telling me that they would leave their hotel room, go do the show, but they'd leave the TV on. So when they walked back into the hotel room, they didn't feel so alone. They really
very sad.
Yeah, and that's so. Yeah. But now I get it. Like Vicky said,
it's a comfort thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, people just like to feel like they're not alone. So having all that noise around you sort of makes you feel like you're. And if it's a comfort show like the Golden Girls, they're your buddies. I do completely understand that.
And it's funny you bring up the dog thing though, because I sometimes have not argument, but we'll joke about it. My wife and I, because I make it a point to make sure I put the TV on, put some music on when we leave on the music channel. I'm like. Lulu's blind. Like, she's got nothing to do when we're gone. Like, the least we could do is put some music on for her.
I love humans.
Otherwise, she's just going to sit there in silence.
I love humans.
What?
Because you guys, I get that would be good for a human, like to have a little soundtrack of your life.
Yeah.
But they're like, Lulu's probably like, what is he doing? What is this guy?
What else is she going to do? Just sit there?
Well, she's a dog. She's probably got all sorts of dog things we don't know about.
I imagine that a lot of them have been like kind of pulled from her now that she can't see all that well. Well, she can't see at all.
Yeah, but she's got the sniffer. She's got the ears.
So she just walk around and sniffing things?
Well,
hoping that she finds a butt?
I don't know if you... around and with you around,
yeah,
there's probably a lot of great stuff to sniff if you're talking about butt action, as it were. But I mean, anyway, the point being is that the ambiance, what you're doing for your dog, and the ambient watching television is a brand new thing. That the more our culture becomes distracted, the more our culture doesn't want to feel alone. You've got shows like Emily in Paris that were specifically designed for that. Like Emily in Paris, I didn't realize it. They designed that show for people to watch it distracted. They never expected that show for someone to sit down and go, I am going to give it all my attention. And that's why it's such a big hit, because you really don't, you shouldn't give it all your attention.
It's kind of like what I love about watching baseball games, man.
Yeah, good point.
Because honestly, you don't have to pay attention to anything. Just hear them talking about whatever the random crap the announcers are talking about. When you hear the bat hit the ball, you look up. You're like, whoa. And then at that point, you're not going to miss anything.
It's weird, dude. When we went to that game, because of the pitch clock and the new rules, dude, I am like all of a sudden go, when did it get to 3 and 2?
Yeah.
It used to be you really knew like everything, but the game goes a lot quicker that you actually have to pay a little bit more attention than you used to.
It's disrespectful to us that just want to play on our phones.
I agree 100%. So the idea of this article that was done was that people who love TV, they asked them, okay, you love a show so much, would you like to erase that show from your brain so that you could watch it fresh again? Is there one show that you would want to erase from your mind? No. I know Danny hates TV. He doesn't care.
No, I thought there was a show that you and I were going to see eye to eye on.
Okay.
How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, good.
It'd be fun to watch that again. Especially yesterday we were talking about how gone are the days of the old, like just a good old fun sitcom. I feel like there's not a lot of those on network TV anymore.
You're not wrong, and you got me on that.
And that's the last one that I remember being like, I love this show.
Yeah, let's be honest, though, guys. Really, what we'd like to erase is the ending of How I Met Your Mother.
I love the ending.
You love that ending?
Everybody
hated that ending.
To be honest, I forgot how it ended.
See,
it was horrible.
I didn't watch all the seasons though, Steve. So I only watched like the first 4 seasons, and then I fell off, and then I came back for the final episode to see how they kind of wrapped it all up. And that's where it's like I kind of agree with you, because I think that at least that one's fun. When you said show, I immediately thought like drama filled with, and I think about like watching like Prison Break. Every time they would like leave it at a cliffhanger, and I was just like so anxious of what was happening.
Yeah,
I don't want that again. I like watching Prison Break, knowing what's going to happen, so that way I don't get like anxiety ridden.
So that way you're not worried if he's going to get shanked or not.
Yeah, you're like okay, everything's going to be okay, and you like. But
kind of like when I watched Breaking Bad, and I was like, I know Jesse's not going to die yet,
right?
Or ever. I mean, it's just like, okay.
I'm the exact opposite. It's really tough to watch shows. That's why I give Better Call Saul a lot of props, because you knew that nothing was ever going to happen to Saul that was going to end his life, because it was a prequel. So I was like, how are they going to do this? So anytime you saw all the characters like Gus, and you were like, well, all right, well, and Mike, you're just like, well, I know these two dudes, even though they're in trouble, they're not going to die. And there was a big part of Breaking Bad where it looked like Gus was going to die. It was like literally gun pointed to his head. He's the only one there. He has no weapon. He has nothing. But I'm sitting there going, but I know you don't die, Gus. I mean, I'm like, what are you guys doing? So I really like to not know. I like to not know if someone's going to live or die.
I got one that I don't know if I'd have the patience and the time to invest into watching it nowadays with a kid and all that crazy stuff that's going on where we don't get to do that. But I wish I could have started from zero again and watched Lost. Because this is going to date me.
Oh, my God. That's another show. I just want to erase the ending, but you're right.
Know.
Yeah.
But this would date me because the first season, obsessed with it.
Fantastic show.
Watched it when it was on. Second season, also into it, but there were some nights where I couldn't watch it, so I would set my VHS recorder. This is how long ago.
Oh, baby.
And if you didn't set it right, sometimes you wouldn't record them. And then it was just like, well, I don't know. You couldn't go back and watch it. There was no DVR. There was no on demand. There was no
what, kids? You don't know what my life was like. It was hell.
They didn't put the show online so you could go back and watch it that way. So now you're like, well, now I'm screwed for the rest of the season. how do I continue to watch it? I had to wait till like they did like, reruns
in the summer.
off-season.
Yeah. It's not,
And I just fell off the wagon eventually. I was just like, whatever. And I eventually got to watch most of it. Like, one of my buddies bought the DVD set, but I was just like, it's not the same.
No, it isn't the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, and really, people don't understand. These kids today don't understand that we didn't have on-demand nothing.
And I feel like that was just like 10 years ago, but I think Lost was even longer than that.
So
2004 is when it premiered.
We're coming up on 20 years.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
First off, even though you're not going to watch it, Steve, for you folks that did love Lost and you want that feeling again, might I suggest Yellow Jackets on Showtime? It's very similar to what Lost was, but it's not the sci-fi stuff that Lost went down that track of sci-fi stuff, and people sometimes get pissed off at that because Lost started off like it was just a regular show.
Right.
You just thought it was regular people, regular show. When it started getting sci-fi-ish, that's when people sort of checked out.
Yep.
Yellow Jackets.
People wanted to be Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. Yellow Jackets is very much like Lost. In fact, there's a plane that crashes. So that's how Yellow Jackets is it's all about. And it's a really, really good show, and it will give you that Lost feeling. I think it's a better show than Lost, actually. And so far, 2 seasons, they haven't disappointed me.
Okay.
So Breaking Bad is on the list of the show you'd like to erase from your mind. I am so embarrassed at number 2 on here because everybody talks about this show, and I have not watched it, and I have no good reason. And this show may be coming up on 20 years.
Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw.
It's about time you
amazing.
start
Right
watching
on
it.
there.
Yes.
Monday Night Raw. As a matter of fact, Vicky, if you would look up when this show debuted on HBO, which is now Max, this.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, this show launched a lot of careers.
You're talking about The Wire.
The Wire. Yep, I have not watched it. Every time I say that, I think the Ted Smith
He's obsessed with that show.
The Ted Smith looks at me and probably looks at you the same way.
I troll him because I
never watched it.
I tried to watch it. I watched like an episode and a half, and I got bored.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's what I hear. It's kind of like Breaking Bad. Some people would argue that too. Like there's some.
Oh, Breaking Bad's very boring.
There's slow moving episodes, but they eventually pay off because then the intensity is so awesome because of that build.
That's it.
I didn't have the patience for that build.
Apparently, it went on from 2002 to 2008.
Oh my God! So The Wire is over 21 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And some people still argue that's the best television show that's ever been.
I got to watch it sometime, but it's a heavy show.
And one of the comments...
It's a real heavy show. It's tough to watch.
When you Google The Wire, you know how they say, people also ask, someone says, why is season 4 of The Wire the best? So apparently season 4 is the best.
Okay, see, that's a tough one. If you've got to go 3 seasons in a show before it gets to... And that happens. I mean, you'll hear that about Star Trek a lot. It's like, they don't give shows enough time to develop. And, Star Trek The Next Generation was like season 3 or 4 where it started being good. But you're like, dude, there were 24-episode seasons. I got to go through 48 episodes before the show starts getting good.
Big no thanks.
Yeah. I know of this show, and these are shows that people would love to erase from their mind so they could watch them fresh. The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, so good.
I feel like this is a Danny show.
Oh, and
tell me about this show, Danny. I know nothing about it. Why should I watch it?
If you like anything kind of like ghosts, it's a really, really good ghost story. And it's
okay. How many seasons was it?
So it's only one.
Oh.
It's only one season, but they also have like The Haunting of Bly Manor, which was done, but it's not a continuation. It's kind of like I forget what an anthology. I don't know, where it's like the same kind of world, but it's not the same character.
Oh, it's kind of like what is that? The Fox show, the FX show. That's an anthology.
No idea.
You watch it all the time.
American Horror Story.
American Horror Story.
Yes, kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like, but yeah, it's just a really good ghost story about a family who buys a house and are renovating it, and they find out it's haunted. And it's all about their backstory and like the inner workings of the family. We'll watch that, and that was one of those ghost stories that actually gave me nightmares. Like,
oh damn.
Yeah, you could watch it, and it's like super creepy. It's super interesting.
Okay.
And me and my girlfriend every October we rewatch that show.
How many seasons do you know?
There's one season.
It's a mini series.
Yeah.
Oh, so okay. Yeah. So it was designed to be. Oh, I might be able to invest in that if I know it's like encapsulated and complete.
Oh, I think you would love it.
Oh,
and The Haunting of Bly Manor, which was the second one that they did, not as good as Haunting of Hill House.
I'll keep that in mind.
Hill House was awesome.
Joel McHale gets a good nod here. Gotta love local boy Joel McHale. People wish they could erase Community from their mind so they could watch it again.
I never watched Community.
And Community to me was the third one in.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was like there was a trilogy of great NBC comedies, and I always felt like Community was the third in the tier. You had The Office, you had Parks and Rec, and you had Community. And I always felt like Community was sort of like hi guys, we're here too, kind of those three.
Yeah.
But there's so many people that really, really love Community, and it is a good show. And and there was a lot of great people on there, but I confused who's on what. Like I was Ansari. Aziz Ansari.
Parks and Rec.
That was part. See, I confused who was on what.
He was so great in Parks and Rec.
He was so good in that.
Honestly, I think you would like if you liked Parks and Rec, I think you would really like Community.
I got burnt down on Parks and Rec. We were trying to watch it a little too much. You know what I mean? It was like one of those shows that we discovered later and we enjoyed it, but then we were watching it every night, multiple episodes, and it never ends.
So many great people have come from Parks and Rec when you think of all the stars.
Yeah. We finally hit a point where we're like, I need a break from this, and we never got back to it.
See, and I was that way with The Office. I could never get into The Office. I tried watching it, and it was just like, this is just a Parks and Rec ripoff, which I think it was the opposite.
Exactly. Well, you're absolutely right. Here's the problem with those shows, and I would say also with Seinfeld, with shows that are so good for their time, they are so good for their time that when it ages, the time changes and it's just not as funny anymore because we're not in that type of time. For the time when The Office came out, where society was, oh my God, was that show hysterical. And then Parks and Rec was sort of like the Friends to the Seinfeld. You know, Friends came out after Seinfeld, and I think people loved that because it was more to the time, whereas, you know, Seinfeld was an aging show and Friends was the new hot show for the time. I would say Parks and Rec and The Office were kind of like that.
I like to rewatch No Ordinary Family, personally.
Oh, why are you continuing to bring up that horrible show?
Because it's amazing.
I mean, the best thing that happened is Dexter killed the wife on that show. That was the best thing that happened.
You watch your mouth.
Yeah. And I mean, I think Julie Lenz is her name. She's really a good actor, but she's played two annoying characters.
I wonder if you can still watch it somewhere.
Oh, yeah, you can in hell, because that's where people torture you to watch that show.
It's on ABC's website.
Yeah, good.
It's only one season, BJ.
Yeah, there's
Maybe
a reason.
After you watch the Haunted Hills of the Hills people.
It wasn't meant to only be one season, Steve.
No, it wasn't. Yeah. And honestly, I'm still waiting for the closure of what happened.
Other shows that people want to erase from their mind, and this is a taste
thing. It's only 20
thing.
Episodes, BJ.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. Arrested Development, which, of course, some people... Here's the thing with Arrested Development. I know people who are watching it for the first time.
I've never watched it.
And they still think it's a great show. So that's a good test right there. We got Will Arnett from that show. So many great people on Arrested Development. Of course, Jason Bateman.
They know Michael Chiklis playing a superhero now, do that.
They have Michael Cera playing a family member, one of the Booths, I think it was. Bluths. The Bluth family. Jeffrey Tambor. So many great people on Arrested Development.
Funny enough that you say Jeffrey Tambor and then also Jessica Walters in this, because mine that I would love to erase from my memory would be Archer.
Yeah, Jessica played his mom, the voice of his mom.
R.I.P. But they are doing the last season is this year. There's 14 seasons, and if I could erase them, if I could erase them,
Archer's coming back out again.
It's the last season, and it airs late this month.
Oh, damn!
Has it been 14 years? Or they do multiple seasons in 1 year.
I think they do multiple seasons in 1 year.
Okay, like Survivor.
Wait, actually, no. Maybe
I think it's just one a year.
I think it was 1 a year because I started watching it when I was working here, and I've been here 14 years.
Archer's a great show.
Dang.
It is a great show.
Wow.
And by the way, Lost was on the list, by the way, Steve.
Of course.
I wanted to tell you that.
Had to be.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I could never get into that show. Just wasn't for me.
I like the movie.
Yeah, I mean, the show to me was definitely better than the movie, but I still it wasn't for me.
I never watched it.
I mean, this was back when everybody thought Joss Whedon was a nice guy. And Joss Whedon is the guy that gave us some Avengers stuff and all that, but we knew him first from Buffy.
I got one, only because I can't remember where I stopped, because there's certain seasons and episodes and seasons. I didn't watch all of it, but I've watched enough to know, and I definitely watched the ending, and that's The Sopranos.
Yeah. I don't mind that ending. I know a lot of people hated the ending. I will say, though, The Sopranos jumped the shark after maybe season 4. They tried their best.
They come back with like a good couple. I kept hearing, I kept dipping in and out of that show.
My memory is that maybe the last half of the last season got good again, or maybe 3/4 of the last season. It wasn't horrible, but the characters they were focusing on, some of the characters were really like B characters. They were actually C-level characters in the show, and they elevated them higher. And I'm like, I get what you're doing, but I really don't care about this person. They were never somebody I cared about in the show. Because eventually in The Sopranos, they kill a lot of the A characters.
Yeah.
And then you realize, well...
That's the fun of it.
Yeah. But it did get good in I would say, at least 3/4 of the last season. But the first 3 seasons of The Sopranos is just brilliant The concept that a mob boss goes to a therapist is fascinating. It was brilliant at the time, as he's basically trying to process all of the horrible things that he has to do at his job while not being able to tell the therapist all of the horrible things that he's doing. He has to veil it. And then eventually, as that relationship happens, the therapist works out who the F this guy is. Because she doesn't know who he is either. So therapist is talking to a regular dude who she thinks, let me help this real tough-ass guy get his feelings, get his emotions. That's what's so brilliant about The Sopranos. It's not just a mob show. It's a mob guy going to a therapist. And that's what makes The Sopranos so brilliant.
What a fun assignment as a therapist. I mean, never a dull moment
until you realize
a mobster coming in to clear the air.
Dude, the moment she realized who he was, and you could see on her face, like, I'm not getting out of this alive.
Yeah,
because she's like, there's no way he can let me. Like, you realize, brilliant acting. Elaine Bracco, I think it was. Just brilliant acting, whatever season it was, where she finally figured out who the hell he was. And oh my God, I don't want to see this guy anymore. I'm going to be whacked. And it's just great stuff. Mr. Robot's a good show, by the way.
Who had it worse, your therapist or her?
Oh, definitely my therapist.
Yeah,
that's
much worse. Yeah.
Dexter's on there. Twin Peaks is another good one, but very, very bizarre. Stranger Things and the X-Files. Those are good shows you want to erase from your brain so that you can watch them. So there you go. What would you like to erase from your brain? Well, maybe the fact that Steve, he got this one wrong. I think you'd like to erase that, wouldn't you?
Mandy Moore voiced Rapunzel in what Disney musical?
Pocahontas.
No.
Sleeping Beauty.
No.
The Shawshank Redemption.
No.
Okay. You make me want to see Mandy Moore in the Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, man. I'd watch it.
Yeah. I'm not sure what part she should play, but whatever it is. So she should do all the parts?
Yes.
Okay, I'm for that, actually. I would like to
like
see
Eddie
that.
Murphy and I was it Dr. Doolittle or whatever.
Was it Coming to America? Was it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Was he multiple in Dr. Doolittle, too?
I think it was either Dr. Doolittle or the one where he's the Nutty Professor.
That's the one.
Boom.
That's the one where he played everybody, yeah. This is why we're not in the movie business.
No.
The correct answer, by the way, is Tangled. She was in Tangled. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-803-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs. We'll do that at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. We're doing it again, man. Mary's Place come to us and said, look, we got 400 kids. we're giving them a place to stay, but they also need new sneakers as they get ready to go back to school. So Kicks for Kids is back, baby.
Oh, man, the look on their face when we hand over those gift cards is just something I'll never forget. We had a great time spending time over at Mary's Place just about a couple years ago, I think, when we got to go before everything got all crazy with the world shutting down. But $50 will take care of a kid with a brand new pair of sneakers, $100 a teenager, and the Rockaholics are stepping up. We're almost to $4,000. Our goal is $20,000. So we still have a ways to go, but every amount helps, whether it be $6.69 like Tim Duncan donated, saying, hey, I just wanted to get into the 69 club.
Nice.
I know it's not much, but thanks. But, dude, if enough people do that, we're going to hit our goal. Another person, Valden Palmer, he donated $6.69 as well. And then you got Harold Swales donating $69.
Nice.
And Larry Beimer's donating $100 to Rockaholics. Please continue to donate because we're going to get to our goal, and that's the hope, is $20,000 for Kicks for Kids.
And it doesn't matter. $1, $200, even more, whatever you have that you're willing to do, please help us. Go to donate today at KISW.com.
Let's play B Migs.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to be Migs?
Oh, yeah.
I know Kevin from Lake Stevens is. Kevin, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, Steve, now get out.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Kevin has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
In the initials of the government agency known as NASA, what does the first A stand for?
National?
No.
NASA, right?
First A.
Nation?
First A.
Oh, the A. Aerospace?
No.
America.
No. The art of folding paper is called what?
Origami?
Yes. What is the waterfall located on the border of Canada and the United States?
Niagara Falls?
Yes. The process in which caterpillars transform into butterflies is called what?
In the cocoon. I don't know what the process is called. Pass.
The last Harry Potter novel was titled Harry Potter and the Deathly what?
Hollows?
Yes. Nice. What type of bean is used for making miso?
Miso? I don't know. Pork and bean? Pass.
Who was the first female vice president of the United States?
The current vice president. Oh, what is her name? Oh, pass.
The country Chad is located on what continent?
Chad?
Yes.
Chad. Oh, boy, passing is a thing that you do when you don't know those answers.
Well, Kevin, you got 3 correct.
Is he, Kevin, are you still there? He's gone. We lost him. That's what happened. Poor Kevin got disconnected, I'm afraid.
Oh,
all right, well,
Kevin.
that makes me feel better because I'm like, Kevin, why are you freezing? Just pass and go on to something else. But,
yeah, he probably didn't know the country Chad anyway.
Yeah, so, you know, I mean, you got to be an expert in geography to know that. And here comes our expert right now.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure he'll get this one wrong.
Oh, man. They didn't call me Sammy Planets in high school for a reason.
Because that's astronomy, but good job, Sammy Planets.
So close.
Nice work there. Nice work, Sammy Planets.
Sammy State Lines.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, Sammy, are you ready?
Yes! Yes!
Well,
Yes!
one of the planets is planet Earth, BJ.
Yeah, you know what, Sammy? You're doing good. You know what? You got that right. That's why they call you Sammy Planets.
I got that out of the system. Now it's time to be smart.
Out of the solar system.
Ooh. In the initials of the government agency known as NASA, what does the first A stand for?
Athletic.
No.
Well, arguably you have to be if you're going to be...
No.
Astro.
No. The art of folding paper is called what?
Origami.
Yes.
Nice work.
What is the waterfall located on the border of Canada and the United States?
Niagara Falls.
Yes. The process in which caterpillars transform into butterflies is called what?
Damn it.
You can do this, buddy.
No, we watch this caterpillar show with Tatum all the time.
She would probably know it.
Wow. You know what? You don't learn anything from those educational...
Metamorphosis.
Wow, yes. The last Harry Potter novel was titled Harry Potter and the Deathly what?
Hollow.
Yeah. No.
Hollow.
No.
Hello.
Hallow?
No.
Hallows?
What type of...
Yes, but that was your fourth guess.
What type of bean is used for making miso?
What kind of bean?
Yes.
Miso.
I guess Garbanzo?
No.
No, sir.
Lime?
No.
No, sir.
Lipo?
No.
Ladipo.
Who was the first female vice president of the United States?
What's her name?
This poor person. Nobody ever knows who she is.
Not Geraldine Ferraro.
There you go. Why would you know her? She never even was vice president.
I know, but she was trying. Oh, man. Hillary Clinton.
No.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Sammy Planets came through, everybody.
3 correct, which is a tie. No song for either of you.
Well, he was disconnected. I don't. If he was on the line and didn't get disconnected, he probably would have had more than you.
Maybe.
No, it's Kamala.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
There you go.
You can work.
Dang, neither of you deserve a song.
I brain farted on that one big.
I think, but so did he. I think a lot of people, it's so sad about the vice president of the United States. You never know who the hell they are.
I had it in my head that there was a female vice president before her. For some reason, I could not.
Geraldine Ferraro was the one that tried.
She was the first to try, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I had never even heard of her. So good for you.
Was she with Dukakis?
Ooh, was she with Dukakis?
I don't know.
Or was that what she was doing when she lost the election? She said, I got to go. I got to Dukakis.
Does anyone know the government agency NASA, the first A?
Is it aeronautics?
Yes.
Did I say that?
You did not. You said
did not.
athletics.
And
Yeah.
aerospace.
And you also
Combine them all. It's there.
I feel like you should be able to say origami, the national origami astronomy.
What type of bean is used for making miso?
I know this. Does anybody else?
Edamame.
No.
Soy.
You should, yes.
That's the one, Danny.
Soybean.
Soybean.
Yeah, which is so weird. Miso soup is so tasty, but a lot of people don't know that that's like made with, because they put so much salt in there. That's why it's so damn good.
And then one he got to, and you didn't. The country Chad is located on what continent?
The country Chad?
Chad, yeah.
There's a country named Chad?
You know it, dude.
Your face.
Is it next to the country of Biff?
Yeah, dude.
Brad?
Yeah.
You've never heard of the country Chad?
I don't know. I'm going to go with Europe.
No, sir.
No.
It would be Africa.
Oh, Chad, you're so smart today.
I
Wow.
remember Chad. I remember he's cool over there in Africa. He's like, hey, dude, come to Africa.
What's up? I'm Chad.
Come to Chad, buddy.
So it says Walter Mondale. That was Ferraro.
There you go. That's right. Thank you. Forgot all about Walter Mondale. He was completely forgettable.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but completely. How about we remember Dukakis, but we can't remember Mondale?
Well, if you have a last name Dukakis, I don't think you'll ever forget it.
And his sister was an actor, I think, or his aunt or somebody, Olympia Dukakis.
Well, congratulations, Steve, on that performance.
Good job, buddy.
It was something.
I mean, it was. I didn't lose.
True.
I'll take it.
Sammy Planets for the tie. It is time for Listeners on the Loose. This is your opportunity. You get to talk to me and Sammy Planets.
Sammy Planet. If you have any planet questions.
Oh, this is the guy. 206-803-ROCK. You can call us and text us about anything you want at 206-803-ROCK. Your calls, your texts, we'll take them at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Kia of Puyallup. What is it you want to talk about? Whatever it is, do remember, Steve, he has a rule.
It's just a simple rule, BJ. Show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-803-ROCK, that's the number to call. That's the number to text.
So a few people have been texting just saying, you guys realize what, because we kept mentioning how we're going to Dallas very soon. They're like, you guys realize what the weather is like right now? There's a severe heat warning. Have fun there, LOL.
Is that true?
Yeah. Dude, it's 100 degrees in Dallas right now.
See, I'm not
Well, what's
going.
the temperature right now?
Not going anywhere then. I'll just stay at the hotel the whole time.
I'm same. I'm not stepping a foot outside.
Because everyone's talking about, like, I just saw an article written about, like, in our radio trade publications about all of the great places to go in Dallas to eat from the Kid Craddock show. And I'm like, that's great, but how am I going to get there? Are you guys going to bring me in a freezer truck? That's the only way I'm going.
It's currently 90 degrees right now.
90 degrees. It's about, what, 11-18 out there right now?
Yeah, but in an hour, it's going to be 104 degrees.
Oh, well, that's okay. For a minute, I thought it was going to get extreme.
And then Thursday and Friday, 107. I love it.
Yeah, at 6 p.m. today, it's going to be 107.
Isn't that humidity? It's not like a dry heat, right?
Their humidity is 55% right now, so that's not fun.
Yeah. See, in Arizona, at least it's a dry heat. It's not great, but that sticky heat is horrible.
Just to put it in perspective, tonight at 9 p.m., I think it is, at 9 p.m., it's like 101 degrees.
Oh, look at that.
What
Hot-blooded, catch it and see.
At 11 p.m., it's 93 degrees out.
Yeah.
I'm going to be running around shirtless at 11 p.m.
for multiple reasons.
And I'll be sober doing it this time.
Dude, I know. It's, that's not a good combo if you want to go out and try to get party. Just, because alcohol dehydrates the hell out of you.
Yeah, we're
I think a
mixing
lot
waters.
of people, yeah.
So someone even said, hey, what are you guys' big plans for Dallas besides the convention? LOL. When are you guys going again?
Drinking water.
Yeah, we're hydrating, and our convention starts tomorrow. We have plans of going to a very nice high-class dining experience at a place called the Slutty Vegan.
Oh, really? Is that tomorrow?
I don't know when we're doing that, to be honest with you. But we were looking it up because, Sarah's vegetarian. I'm a plant-based weirdo. It's like, let's just find some kind of a place. Like, what kind of vegan places do they have?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause Dallas is not really a vegan place, although a lot of their burger joints I was checking, they have options, which is great.
See, Dallas itself is very metropolitan. Yeah. The true Texans will go, you want a true Texas experience, you go to Fort Worth, you don't go to Dallas.
Well, that's not where our convention is, buddy. But there is a place called the Slutty Vegan, and dude,
whoa, I'll go there.
Oh, dude, it looks amazing. They have a sandwich, and it's all like naughty titles, like the One Night Stand, the Fussy Hussy, the Side Hoe, the Chicken Head.
I do like
this place.
What's the fries called? The Hooker Fries.
Okay, this place is just worth going to because there's probably going to be swag. Like I might have to buy a T-shirt.
Oh no, they have Slutty Vegan shirts, and
Well,
it's a franchise.
Really, I've never heard of this joint.
It's not here.
It should be here.
That's what I'm saying.
Didn't
we need to open one up.
Didn't we have like the high maintenance bitch and all that stuff?
Yeah, my friend Lori, that was her spot.
We have cool places like that in Seattle. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's have the Slutty Vegan.
The high maintenance bitch?
It was a dog clothing apparel.
Oh, it was such a fun name for a place.
Dog collars and
Gotcha.
harnesses, and I think maybe dog food too, but it was called High Maintenance Bitch, and it was based in Wallingford, I believe.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Sorry.
It's a great name.
That hit me weird.
Yeah.
But they're not around anymore, so that's why you wouldn't even.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I really want that name, and I want to open my own business where I just sit at the counter.
Slutty
and
Vegan.
I'm the high maintenance.
It's banging plant-based.
I want it.
It's a great idea.
It actually looks very unhealthy
I'm very excited.
delicious. Yeah.
Oh, dude, there are so many unhealthy vegetarian joints out there. So many. Like, it's so comfort food. And you need comfort food if you're going to cut out meat from your diet if you're a person that was a meat person your whole life.
No, it always cracks me up when someone's just like, oh, now you're eating healthy. I'm like, not necessarily.
No.
You can eat healthy eating meat. You can eat unhealthy not eating meat. That's not what it's.
There's no meat in Doritos, kids.
Or Oreos.
Yeah.
Oreos are vegan.
Yeah. Oreos are vegan?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's the cream made out of? Chemicals?
I think horse tears.
Yeah.
Which they didn't die, though.
Well, you still... That's not you're the worst vegan I ever know. You couldn't have it even if it was horse tears from a living horse. You're not supposed to have anything from animals. You horrible vegan. You.
I know.
How do I know more about veganism
I'm
than
not
you?
vegan. I'm a plant-based weirdo.
That is true.
That's what I live
PB
by.
Dub.
I'm not a guy that's dumping any vegan handbook at anyone.
You want to be the PB Dub from the PN Dub. That's what you ought to be.
Me and the Slutty Vegan are now text friends.
Oh,
nice.
If you go to
Well, you should text them at like 1 a.m. and be like, you up?
I'm going to, and I'm going to see if I can get us some
All right.
awesome
Can I get that
food.
chicken head?
Tomorrow we have like a little mixer somewhere, I think, right?
I'm sure they have us doing things all
Okay,
the
so there's
time
that.
at these
But if we're
conventions.
still hungry after that, I don't mind going to the Slutty Vegan after that mixer, if you guys want to make it tomorrow.
The person who created the Slutty Vegan is this woman by the name of Pinky Cole, and she has a book called Eat Plants, Bitch.
Oh, Pinky Cole is so adorable. Look at her.
Yeah.
Good for Pinky.
I'm very fired up about checking this place
You think
out.
that's her given name, Pinky
Yes.
Cole?
That's what we were going to name Tatum originally, but then it just...
Well, you don't want to copy.
Yeah.
So instead of Tatum, it was going to be Pinky Cole Migs. But you're like,
Tatum Migs flew a little bit better off the tongue. Than
Does it? All right,
Pinky
well, there you
Migs.
go. I maybe how about Pinky T? She
Also,
could be Pinky T.
while we're going, we're all going to experience an emo night.
Not me.
You're not going to emo night?
I'm out of that, yeah.
What the hell? I bought you a My Chemical Romance shirt.
Sorry, buddy. It's the same night I have to visit. I think I'm visiting a friend. That's why.
So you messed it up. You should have gotten the Avril Lavigne shirt we were talking about.
Yeah, sorry.
He's not a big MCR fan.
Yeah.
That's a good point. My bad.
Yeah, I'm excited to go to the
Friday night in Dallas, Texas, we're doing emo night.
Oh,
Emo night
Friday night.
Dallas,
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure about Friday night. I thought it was Saturday. You guys were doing that.
No, Saturday, I don't know what the hell we got going on. Probably just stay inside somewhere where air conditioning is.
What time? Yeah, what time does emo night start?
9 o'clock.
Well, that is late.
We probably won't get there till around 10:30.
Yeah, see, that's wicked late for this old guy. I don't
Okay, says the man who stays up talking to radio people till 3 a.m.
That is true.
We'll get back from emo night, and you'll still be at the bar.
That's true.
So don't give us that.
Don't give us that, old boy.
We're all going to be in bed,
You're right.
and you'll still be talking to someone, making some female radio person cry.
I don't make them cry anymore. I've got a good track record these days. They don't cry. You could ask the last two people I talked to.
Oh, so we're basing on just the last two?
Well, again,
we
you got to
need a
go.
shirt that says there's been 0 days since the last time somebody has cried.
I've been working on that. You're right. It's a horrible brand to have that I make people cry when I talk to them. So I've really been working on that.
Somebody said the Slutty Vegan is awesome. And yes, they have swag. It's a whole vibe.
Nice.
I think that might be a purchase that I'll make.
Yeah?
Because I think that's really fun stuff. And
you're going to walk around with a shirt that says Slutty Vegan?
Dude, think about the look of me walking around with a shirt like that. It is like one of these things just doesn't belong here kind of thing.
I love it.
Yeah.
I want to get a Dick's Burger shirt just because I don't eat meat, and I think it's just funny to have a Dick's Burger shirt.
Dude, I get compliments on my Dick's Burger shirt that's a Star Wars style.
Yeah.
And people always go, dude, what the hell is that? That's so awesome.
The Slutty Vegan shirt on BJ will be a big improvement over his tucked in shirt last year. So.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Remember when we all had to have an intervention, all the radio people, because that was the talk of when you finally came, I was like, BJ,
dude,
we got to do something about the tucked in shirt. It's the talk of the convention.
I can't believe it just because of the fact that that's what everybody's doing is tucking in their damn shirts.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
We're not talking about.
Yeah. Well, I saw somebody do that, and you're right.
Was he 78 years old?
I got a bad read. Well, dude, I looked at my demographic and thought that's what you do.
Okay,
I got a bad read. You guys convinced me. I got a very bad read on the T-shirt look.
Well, we didn't convince you. I think that everyone in the bar convinced you, which was mostly filled with female radio talent.
Well,
that's
because
terrible.
I don't trust you dudes for fashion. Sorry,
I was the one who stepped up and said, "BJ, we got to untuck it."
I trust Steve with my fashion more than anyone. Actually,
that's a scary thing right up the bat.
Welcome,
Steve's fashion is this: black shirt, black pants. That's his only fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here. I change it up when I'm out, not here.
Oh,
I'm
really?
a man of many colors.
Yeah, you do like the Kraken jerseys. Yeah. I've never steered me wrong with those.
The blue Seahawks jersey, that's not black.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I might not even have black pants that I'm going to be bringing to this convention.
Wait, you're going to have different colored pants?
Oh, you better wait. You wait and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they going to be of a lighter shade?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Bright pink.
I cannot see you in. That's not good. I don't know. You cannot wear anything but dark. If you wear anything besides dark, I don't know what I'll make of that.
I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't. You're like my wife. I say I want to change things up. Say, you're going to eventually just go back to wearing all black. So what does it matter? And I'm like,
exactly like your wife. We know you.
I'm trying here to add a little color to my clothing variety, and you guys are just damning me. So I might as well just stick with what I'm doing.
We just know you won't be comfortable doing that. We're just trying to help you feel.
Just someone who's like, I think I'm going to quit drinking. You're like, eventually you're going to get sad and you're going to just crush a bottle of tequila. So why don't you just do it now? No.
Yeah, that's exactly analogous. You're right. We are so cruel to you. We understand that you've been going to Black Jeans Anonymous, and we understand, the trouble you have. Hi, my name is Steve.
Thank you.
I am a black jeans wearer. But it's been how many days since I've had a pair of black jeans on?
See, try and change it up, and you get shamed for it.
It's true. That's what we do to you.
Someone has a Slutty Vegan shirt, and everybody comments on it.
Nice.
Yeah, we got to get a Slutty Vegan. Maybe that's what we have to do a franchise here. Let's get a Slutty Vegan up here.
That could be our thing.
Yeah, dude.
We already scouted out nearby liquor stores so we could get our Terramana tequila and hopefully get The Rock to tweet us again.
Okay, I'm totally not hanging out with you guys.
Why?
Because get something better than that.
We will.
Yeah, we'll get the Blanco and the Reposado.
Yeah.
Okay, how about a little rum for for the effort?
Does The Rock make rum? I don't know.
I don't think he does.
Okay, how about we try somebody else that's not The Rock? Other people make stuff.
All right, fine. We only drink celebrity made.
There's got to be a celebrity rum out there. Doesn't somebody have a celebrity rum?
Captain Morgan, is he a celebrity?
He's the biggest of them all. He's the captain.
The Kraken's a celebrity.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. The Kraken. That's probably what I should be drinking, in celebration of the Kraken.
Kenny Chesney's got a pineapple rum.
All right, I'm not a Kenny Chesney fan, but I mean, if he's the only guy,
it's not good enough for you, huh?
I mean, I'll try it, but I was hoping it would be somebody that was closer to what I like in life.
It's because Kenny Chesney is that guy that is the no shoes nation thing, and BJ doesn't like people who don't wear shoes.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good connection.
Yeah.
Sammy Hagar, in addition to having his tequila, apparently has his Beach Bar rum.
There we go.
His redhead macadamia nut.
Oh, I would like to try that.
Yeah.
That's a rum? Macadamia nut rum?
I guess.
That's what we're talking about. Now you're in my neighborhood.
What about Lil Wayne's Bumbu XO?
Listen, I'll give Lil Wayne's rum a try. I'm all about people that got rum. But right now, for me, in my ballpark, it's got to be the Red Rocker.
What about Bruno Mars's chocolate rum?
That I don't know what to make of that color. I mean, that flavor. I don't know what to make of that. Chocolate and rum together, I don't know.
That'd be good.
I think that'd probably be pretty good.
Yeah, rum is so sweet as it is.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, Sierra's got a rum.
Oh, nice.
Oh, she's dead to me. She should pick a different husband. That's all I'm going to say.
It's called My Husband is a Failure Rum. Give it a shot.
I can't wait for this football season. I know we're all over the road. Sorry, we're about to go on vacation. So you're not going to really. You're just not going to get over. We're done. I think we left the show.
This is any worse than yesterday.
I think yesterday we were a lot better than right now. At least I was. I can't compliment. I can't compliment on. Never mind. I can't even talk. It is listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. Let's try a reset. All right, slap myself here.
Oh, slap! I think you said you slutted yourself.
I am a slutty slapper. Hey, would you like to pick the topic? Would you like to guide this show? Obviously, we need help. 206-803-ROCK. More of your calls, more of your texts. We'll take those at 9:34 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. 206-803-ROCK. That's the number to call. That is the number to text. 206-803-ROCK.
Someone said, hey, since you guys are talking about celebrity-made liquor and you guys are technically celebrities. I couldn't say that with a straight face.
I like the technicality there.
Yes, even Danny. Yeah. If you can make any liquor.
Oh, wait a minute.
What would it be and what would the name be? I'm sure BJ Spiced Rum would fly right off the shelf, LOL.
Well, dude, we had that. We didn't have a liquor that we specifically made, but we had our own signature drinks for a while.
We did, based off of a radio station vodka.
Yeah.
It was really fun when we had our own vodka.
So my drink,
that was good vodka too.
It was, yeah. Workers number 9, yes. I think it was called. My drink, do you remember what yours was? I remember mine. Mine was BJ on the Beach. And I thought, well, what a great name for a drink.
That was great.
It basically was sex on the beach, which you can make with vodka. And so that was my signature drink.
Mine was creatively called the Steve or something dumb. And
really?
Yeah.
I feel like it was better than that.
No, that
was it. Just the Steve Migs. That was it. The Steve.
I think so. Honestly, I remember when we did that, I was just so tired that day, and they were like trying to run all these ideas, and I just went with whatever was the first one they brought up, and I was like, I'm good. And I never even liked my own signature drink. It was like had grenadine in it and some other stuff.
Yeah.
And it was okay, but I was just like, man, I should have probably just went. I probably should have put a little more effort into this.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't like I'm not a huge vodka guy, though I like a John Daly as much as anybody. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why for me the BJ on the Beach was good. But yeah, rum would be my thing, that's for sure. And it would obviously have to be a cola thing because that's my drink. That's rum and cola. I love the sweetness, I love the alcohol, and I love the caffeine. That's the key. I need caffeine or I will go to sleep.
I think I'd go with like a Pink Whitney type of a thing, like
a
vodka
good call.
thing. You know, like that kind of a vibe, like a pink lemonade with like some kind of maybe mixed with like an energy drink of like the Ghost energy drink brand. I like that one just because I don't know why. I just think it's tasty. But and I would call it the Late Night Daddy.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Right, because it's like late night. You need that extra oomph.
Yeah.
Of course, it's vodka, energy drink, some kind of pink lemonade vibe. Very manly.
It's a good name. I didn't even come up with a name for mine. And I mean, they have the Jack and Coke Cola now. Yeah. So I think that's what I would like. Is like to have a can of cola that already has the rum inside it.
So yeah, I guess if it's a bottle of energy, a vodka energy drink called the Late Night Daddy.
Yeah, you and I are on the same page on that one. We need the caffeine, baby.
All right, Danny.
Ooh, well, of course, it's going to be a whiskey. A nice, probably rye whiskey that you could sip over the rocks, and it's going to be called Emo Tears.
Emo Tears.
I like that name. So you guys have good names. I gotta get back to the
because at that point you're going to drink whiskey and you're probably going to start crying at some point.
Especially if you're talking to BJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. We got to get Sarah in here. See what her drink is. All right.
It has to be like a liquor. It can't be like a wine or anything. Or do we count wines?
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, this is your thing, baby.
I'm going to do a champagne that is flavored with strawberries because I am and orange juice. Just because I am super into a mimosa with strawberry syrup and those big strawberry chunks, basically like with a freckled lemonade at Red Robin, but with champagne.
I can't argue with that. That sounds really like we're going into 100-degree heat. That sounds like the kind of drink you want.
And if you want to party, you add vodka or gin to it.
To the champagne.
Mm-hmm.
Can we call it the shorty?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty fun. All right, Joey D's. What about you? Because Joey D's, He needs a drink that won't destroy him. I mean, because he just can't drink without dying.
He's just going to have a White Claw, and he'll call it the Joey Claw.
Good call.
I would do that, actually. But the drink that I always love to have is Malibu rum, pineapple juice, and a splash of blue curacao.
So he gets the rum from his pops.
It's called Joe with the Flow.
That is the best name right there.
I would drink it just for the name.
Joe with the Flow is a fantastic name. Man, I got to get Joey on my team. All right, Joey, you have to name my drink. You've definitely proven you come up with a name. Let's go with Ratchet McGee over here. What about you, Sarah?
Well,
Is it boxed wine?
At first, I was thinking a lovely boxed wine, but the box has like my face on it, and the nozzle is like coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Sarah's box or something?
Ooh, I like that. Yes.
Okay, you know what? I'm not digging that name.
And then I was also thinking,
I didn't mean it that way.
Not digging that.
I meant it that way.
Okay, I'm not digging this conversation. Why every conversation's got to be sexy? This is supposed to have nothing to do with that.
Well, then I thought too, if people weren't wine drinkers, they could just be a box of, like a rum and diet, or Joe with the Flow. That's weird though. I'm a sister, or like a box of Four Loko. Like it would be a box variety of any cocktail.
It's like everything has to be in a box for you.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
With my face, and the nozzle is my mouth.
It's got to be low rent, no doubt about it. Whatever alcohol she has to be low rent.
Oh yeah,
she's very frugal.
Frugal, yeah. It's $20 for 5 liters. It'll never go above $20. All my boxed liquors.
I have another one. I want to use Sparkle Donkey, the tequila, and then mix it with an energy drink and call it the Donkey Punch.
Nice. Okay.
That would get wild.
Right?
Tequila and an energy drink?
Oh, my goodness.
Now, there we go.
Is there an energy drink, something with the name Punch in it?
I don't know.
There's a Hawaiian punch. I know that.
Yeah.
I'd like a nice donkey punch. Woo!
I would order a Donkey Punch every night.
I bet you would. All right.
Punch energy drink.
Punch energy drink?
Yeah.
No, Donkey Punch energy drink. That's not out there yet.
Well, that's why when we put them together.
Yeah.
Well, who is this Punch energy drink? I've never seen. I've been to a lot of gas stations in my life, BJ.
You gotta,
I've never seen Punch energy drink.
You got to go to the fancy ones, apparently.
I would buy Punch energy drink in a heartbeat.
Yeah, great name.
I'm not saying it, so I'm pretty sure it's defunct.
It is listeners on the loose, 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text.
All right, so I just said, hey, guys, let's have a little bit of fun, especially since the Seahawks are playing this week. Would you rather have two tickets to have every home game this season or every away game, including airfare and hotel?
If I didn't have a job,
okay,
yes, I would do the away in a heartbeat, because that's a lot. It's a lot of travel. I mean, granted, it's every other week. But I mean, if you're working full time at anything, that's a big commitment.
And it's fun meeting up with fellow Seahawk fans out of Seattle. That would be fun. But I think I'd miss the opportunity to be in that vibe at Lumen Field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my initial thought process is I know my first reaction would be like, I'm taking the trip. Like, I want to go and then I would get to week 3 and be like, I don't want to go this weekend. So I'd probably take the home games.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's really a lot. That's why maybe I do half and half. Give me half home games.
That's not an option, man.
I know.
Although there is part of me that likes the idea of the away ones, because then when the game's over and the Seahawks hopefully have won the game, I feel like the players go over to the group of Seahawk fans to give them high fives.
So
they had that moment. That's kind of fun. Whereas when you're at Lumen Field, they can't really do that because the entire stadium is pretty much all of your fans cheering you on.
And if you're a person that might wear an outfit, they're going to know you travel with them all the time. You might become their road buddy.
Oh, I got to get something. I think I would get gritty, the gritty mask, but paint Seahawk
green.
Colors, dye it Seahawk colors.
All right. That's cool. I mean, you could be anything. I mean, there's so many clever mascot-y, costumey things that people create.
I was about to say I'd take, instead of gritty, but replace it with the letter S, but then I'd accidentally probably make it non-FCC friendly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You don't want to be shifty out there, do you?
Yeah.
Don't be shifty. Yeah. You should. By the way, he would probably be a better mascot for the Browns.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Oh, someone said yellow Red Bull and tequila is amazing, FYI.
Yellow Red Bull. Is that a flavor?
That yellow can?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
The yellow edition is what they call it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also a Rockstar Punch, so we could find that, and that could be the Donkey Punch.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah.
Well, I bet while we're in Dallas, we could find that.
Oh, yes, we can.
Yeah.
Okay, you go for it, buddy.
I don't think we will, but
yeah. It's listeners on the loose, 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text.
Someone said, hey, you guys heard the latest trend that people are naming their kids Barbie and Ken because of the stupid movie? LOL.
Really?
No.
I mean, that would have to be like right now. Like people are giving birth right now and deciding that's what they're going to do.
Oh, according, I guess, the website Baby Name says that the searches for the name Barbie have gone up by 300% since the movie came out, and Ken up by 200%.
Wow. Oh, these are just searches.
Yeah, but, babynames.com, someone's going to that website trying to find out a baby name.
Okay. I need help with this. Just the concept of babyname.com. Why are you going to babyname.com to search a name that you already know exists?
To see if it's too popular or not, maybe?
Yeah, that's why I would be like,
or meanings.
Or I'd be curious to see how popular it would be, or what is Barbie short for?
Oh, so what? Yeah, Barbara. I think Barbie is short for Barbara. Ken is short for Kenneth. And then I got to think that whatever, it's probably something biblical or whatever, some cultural thing as to why Barbara was called Barbara and Kenneth is Kenneth.
This is kind of cool. I've never gone to babynames.com, but it's kind of, I just went there, typed in Tatum. And Tatum's name means meaning is cheerful and full of spirit.
Aww.
Where from? Does it say?
It's an English thing.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I like that.
Oh, so that's why they're going. They're typing in to see what the names mean. So what does Barbie mean? Do we know?
I was trying to find out what BJ means, but they're taking me to a different website.
Yeah, that's not. I think we know.
Different website. I mean, safe search is on, thankfully. Barbie means stranger, and its origin is American.
Yeah, I looked up Barbara, and its Greek origin for foreign or strange, like as in foreign woman.
Oh.
How about Ken, though? The origin is Scottish, but it means handsome.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So Barbara is a foreigner or a stranger. So you feel like that might have been like a pejorative term. Like, look at that Barbara over there.
How about Danny? Danny means God is my judge.
Yeah. Actually, I did know that one.
Really? Sarah with no H.
Oh, Daniel, because it's...
Yeah, Daniel. That's what my mom named me after.
Yeah, Daniel's a very biblical name.
I don't know if I want to read Sarah's.
Oh, well, I know what it means in Eastern Indian tradition.
How about this, though? Its origin is Hebrew.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sarah,
you find out you're 50% Jewish.
Well, yeah, it turns out we did a good job with that, but I didn't. But we named her. It's short for Saraswati, which is an Eastern Indian name, which I think she's the goddess of what, song or teaching or something.
Well, her meaning in this is princess.
Oh God.
Oh, that's right, Sarah, the princess.
She's currently number 94 on the baby names popularity chart. She's top 100.
But what about with an H? I bet H is higher.
Let's see. Sarah with an H origin means bitch.
No,
I'm kidding. It's the same. It's exactly the same.
Is she still, where is she on the charts?
94 as well.
Oh, sorry, Sarah.
Let's see, Steve.
Oh. Yeah, I wonder where Steven comes from.
Mine's short. What up?
What's it mean?
Go F yourself, babynames.com. Meaning, it's a short form of Steven.
Yeah.
Woo! Wow, thanks.
Trolling you, man.
Oh,
Depth.
Steven means crown, like a king.
No, you're what's on the king.
Between you and Sarah.
I mean, she's the princess. You're what goes on the head of the princess. So she needs to wear you.
That's very awkward. I don't want her. I don't want to sit on her head.
Well, she's got to wear you.
Oh, Dallas is going to get really weird.
She's going to wear you she'll wear you like a skin suit. Buffalo Bill, you biatch.
Let's see how Vicky.
Oh, Victoria means a-hole.
Well, it's like, you know what I mean, babynames.com. I need to do the conqueror, winner.
Conqueror and winner? Yeah. That would explain why you're so aggressive.
My full name translated in English is Victory Castle.
Victory Oh, because of Castillo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Castle.
Okay.
So we got a crown, we got a castle, and we got a princess. What is Joe?
He is, his meaning is God will increase.
Increase what?
I don't know. Also means bad with women.
Oh yeah, that goes all the way back to olden times. Yeah. God will increase. Okay.
Let's see what BJ had nothing, but Robert.
Yeah, where's Robert? Robert means, hey, what's up, buddy?
Bright fame.
Bright fame. Wow, I found the right job.
Yes,
well,
sir.
I've got the bright. No, not that. And not really a lot of fame either. Okay, I've failed at my name.
And you're not in the top 100 either.
What?
Yeah.
Bob is a
I think
thing.
only Sarah's the only one in the top 100.
Wow, we got effed.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it's all because of Danny.
You're welcome.
All right, here's a big question that has to be answered. How about Ryan? Or Ryan Castle? We know what Castle means. All right, he's not. Ryan's not victorious, I don't think.
Ryan, alcohol consumer.
Oh, wow.
Descendant of the king.
All right, so you're the crown of the king. He's a descendant of the king, and Sarah's the princess, which is the daughter of the king.
Oh, and he's number 47 on the baby names popularity chart.
That's wrong.
Probably because of Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, you're right. Or Ryan Gosling, who is Ken, as we go full circle with all this. All right, here's a big question for you, and it does involve descendant of the king, Ryan Castle. What do Ryan Castle and a tiny man have in common? I don't even want to know what the responses are going to be.
I do.
Yeah. Well, you'll find out at 9:51 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and a tiny man have in common?
Nothing. I'm very tall.
Wow. Okay.
Look at you.
I'm just small emotionally.
You know what? I'm going to say yes.
Someone said Sarah has watched both of them wrestle.
Oh, yeah.
She enjoys wrestling both on the weekends.
Yep. Sure. Does like that.
And Sarah likes both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I was wondering how raunchy.
Wonder what Jay Rubbs feels about that.
Yeah.
I don't think he would be happy.
That's
I don't think I care.
Yeah. Well, there's a 32-year-old guy in Indiana who got arrested after he went on a 4-day meth bender. Boy, that's living.
Ooh. You are not in your right mind after a day, let alone 4.
My dad always said stop at 2.
Yeah. I mean, you're really not making good decisions after not sleeping for 48 hours.
Right. And this is 4, and this is 4 days.
Wow.
So this is more than 48 hours, and you're right. He didn't sleep at all, which means hallucination central is happening. And he said that during his hallucinations there was a tiny man hanging out in his car.
I believe him.
So he tried to scare this tiny man away by setting the car on fire. I'm thinking it's probably Lucky from Lucky Charms. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Don't burn Lucky.
He could have gotten a pot of gold out of the deal.
Sure
and then bought more meth.
Instead, what do we all get? We get a 12-pack from Ryan. That's all we get.
Let down.
Come on, tiny man. Ryan's next.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.